two lurkers, but neither in a hurry.
Yeah, looking like they want to come in late towards ramp. Windows getting broken, lower getting taken. No reaction yet out of Furia. They wait to see if there is any of these late lurks moving in through the lobby, and they're right in this assumption. Save just leaves ramp, and now
really.
Perfecto, the question becomes, is he ready for Yuri up close? He's not. First kill found, but it's traded immediately. And as mentioned, you know, with this fight coming in very, very late, it's not happening for Furia. They can't attempt this one. They didn't know that Na'Vi were down lower.
Yeah, what a perfect fake out again. It was just Perfecto throwing all that util in topside that Drew safe, out of position for 1 second, and look what it caused. The whole castle comes crumbling down, and you can kill who you want, but you can't get your round back. 7 for Na'Vi on the T side right now, and they've got to run really far away to keep these rifles. What a play for Simple to even come up from B on ramp and trade out his teammate who doesn't check Yuri. You got to give it to Electronic. He's calling some miraculous counter-strike on the T side of Nuke. Definitely one of the more tactically deep maps we have in the pool right now, and Na'Vi are making the most of it. The amount of dry crosses outside we've already seen from this squad in a few rounds of play is impressive. Even more so that Furia half the time haven't had the information. Na'Vi are not buckling under the pressure. They're stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I kind of hope we see Art take a bit of a breather, man. This guy's been on SMGs, like low buys, what feels like an eternity ever since he kind of first came in with that, you know, overzealous force where he's riding the momentum, trying to keep it vintage Art.
Well, if you buy MP9 every round, Harry, you can buy every round. There's the benefit, but I agree.
I just think he's been so instrumental with the rifles towards outside, right? Yeah. He was so often the guy who could crack rounds open, but instead relegated to the SMG again. Art's got to try and do more with less.
And Na'Vi more would be impeccable on this T side. Again, this top side util that last time Furia saw it was a fake out. Watch Na'Vi commit with it this time. They're doing it early. They're not waiting around. Will anyone make a play off of the back of this nade? Molly should be for the back of the site here. Or it's on Drop's position, top silo. He's aiming wide right, I think it might be. You're about to push Drop off of a very powerful spot. It's almost impossible to clear. And so Na'Vi have done their homework, they've done their research, and they're ready to explode onto this A site.
Re-smokes well timed for K-Serato, but the Molly will push him out into the open. Drop, given room up on top of the silo. There's one, but out of ammo now. It's going to fall to K-Serato, and he can't hold the line. Yuri's dead out through the heavens. And Safe has to walk this one alone out through main and into the site, but not ready for the swing from the site. Some die young. Seals the deal on the round, and it's another one of these fast switch-ups from Na'Vi. A rough-looking opener, but the trade's coming back and forth.
Yeah, just the depth of this T-side alone. We've not seen the typical boring defaulting, which is just fool all the smokes outside, send a fake behind it, chill in lobby, wait for aggression, catch a ramp kill, explode down low with your prober, who's already come through from the yard. Na'Vi being dynamic, switching it up every single time. Furia can't seem to put a lid on it right now. Can't stop the force as Na'Vi spread their wings again and flap their way outside. Sumdar Young very deep, and Blind is safe with his back turned. Can't look up. Drop looking down, but might fall as well the same. Electronic gets that kill, and they don't even know, but Sumdar Young has impeccable timing. He is already heaven. Eyes are not looking upward for Furia. K-Serato starts to consider. Simple's in the vent. Na'Vi are everywhere. They're in your head. They're in your lower sight. They're in your spawn.
This is a very well-poised round for Na'Vi. They've kind of got all the power positions right. The whole map feels open to you right now. Simple in the vents is just such a huge blessing for them to have.
This is still a really nice reaction from Furia. They're taking lobby. I don't know if they're going to be able to find the bomb, but if Na'Vi try and regroup through this position, they could get caught. They won't. They make the right call. Realization that we don't have this part of the map. We have everything else. Why not use it? And so Furia clear inside. Will that force them to drop lower, away from this heaven flank? Because again, Na'Vi have these contingencies. They have both options open. They can go wherever they want.
Still, while they got options, you can't afford to be too choosy. Got to be decisive in your actions when they come through. And Samdai Young faking out the heaven play into this A-bomb site, making noise, keeping bodies here for Furia, but he will get bested. Down on lower, Yuri waits. There's one before he's gone. An even odds round in the retake. It's Art and KScERATO left in it though. These two have been the heavy hitters. And not waiting around. Holding W, collecting Ws, and finally putting another round on the board for Furia.
Consistent aggression, Art with a third, and he's hungry for more. Oh, it's a collateral Zephyr and Leaf taken in one shot. Art is nuts.
In the organization's 5th major appearance, Furia are neck and neck against ex-champions of Na'Vi. You want to talk legends, we often talk to Pre, the only player to have attended every single major in Counter-Strike Go. Na'Vi as an organization are exactly the same. And today their job is to take down the Hope-crowned heroes, to again relegate Furia to a 3rd quarterfinal in a major in a row. Never further. Na'Vi so far up to the task. A winning half on the T side of Nuke is nothing to turn your nose up at. But Furia are waking up and here to respond.
Yeah, I think R gets a much needed final round on the board there, right? Just something to bring his head back into it a little. Something to keep Furia engaged and believing in this series.
They need all the help they can get, and this crowd's certainly offering some assistance, but Simple seems to be playing with his food already. Hands to the ears, despite a couple of shaky rounds in there for Na'Vi. That's a dominant half that typically in CS should at least guarantee you a game, but there are no guarantees in this major, as we've already learned. Favorites falling round after round, stage after stage, and on this stage as well. Second half is just around the corner. Some say Simple's best side in all of Counter-Strike. But talking legends, we got Taco shooting out t-shirts in the meantime.
Absolutely love to see that. Just a little something to keep everyone happy.
I don't know if they got enough though, Harry.
He's going to be there a while, I'll tell you that much.
We're going to need some higher caliber, I think, for Taco. And maybe for Furia as well. Right now, no shaky players though. No one's fallen off. No one's coming cold. Perfecto bottom of the board over on Na'Vi's side. But as much as this can be Simple's best CT side as well, Perfecto is a turret. He is a cannon on the top side of CT Nuke. A player who rarely makes mistakes. And we're going to need that more than ever now.
All right, then, let's get into this second half, shall we? Furia on the T side, a lot of utility between drop and safe. Plenty for them to throw a bit of trickery in, but it looks like this might be something a little bit faster, blowing the door off. They won't commit to the fight just yet. Up on top of the hut, Some Die Young lies in wait with these dual Berettas outside.
Whoa.
Arc continues his reign of terror. A lot of damage in the head-to-head versus Simple. And he's used this as a bit of a veil to try and slip through main. Now Some Die Young, cognizant of it, turns his attention to deal with the point man of Furia. KScERATO wins one fight, but nothing else is going their way. They need a hero, need someone to step up and try to reclaim some of these kills, and it's not gonna happen. Na'Vi, pistol round secured, up on a 9. And now they got their fingers crossed that they can start to run away with this and put it to bed.
Yeah, I'm not counting on anything right now. You remember those first 6-7 rounds of the first half, back and forth, 4 spies are plenty. No conversion on the pistol for Furia, even though they eventually got the gun rounds under wraps to build up a bit of an early lead. Na'Vi now need to do the same, but actually Furia are allowing it. They want to maximize their rifle rounds in the T side, allowing it for now with Glocks and a fast A pop, but denied by the nade of Na'Vi, obliterated in the door. 2v5, and it's going to be an easy round for Na'Vi to close out.
$10-7, but don't worry. The goal was never to win that round if you're Furia. You just had Glocks. Where things are really looking to pick up is in the round that you've just saved for now. Electing to bring out the rifles as fast as they can.
Yeah, and this is going to be a real test of art as well, right? Not just in terms of these often opening kills we see from him and fast routing on T sides, which you can get away with on Nuke, but we just saw a masterclass of leading from Electronic on the T side, and now Art needs to show one of his own. He's got a Mac 10. You want to talk pace? This is the guy you think of. Going quick over the top. Silo drop, Simple in main, putting pressure on from the door. They're going to keep his attention diverted. This is a chance to come in on the backstab, but he's already put the first one to bed. Simple tapping away, backstab on the Mac 10. They drop in, Electronic can't plug the hole, and Furia run wild until Perfecto shuts them out.
Still alive, oh, Perfecto! They line up for him.
That's how you use the MP9 Art. 4 kills off the top, and the lineup to close. They shut the crowd up. And I just mentioned this guy, bottom performer in the server right now. This is his position. This is his site. And Fury are going to have to fight hard to break through it.
Yeah, I really hope that we get more mileage out of Yuri. He's someone I'm looking at right now, and I'm thinking he's got to step this up. Because it's been him and KScERATO throughout the other games that have been that high-fragging duo for Furia.
Oh, and again, Art bought a rifle. He bought a Galil in this round. It's already gone. Irretrievable. Electronic, as loud as it is, he can still hear the steps, and Simple's ready to receive and lower.
Holds the line, makes it look easy. Simple quells the threat down lower, and Serato with a CZ all alone. Might be able to grab the Galil, but it's bait. Electronic. He was waiting for exactly that.
Simple has shown up in championship form. Was there ever a question? Was there ever a question that this guy is here to break hearts on the stage? Hundreds of thousands of people amassed at home and many more in the Janus Arena today. And Simple is making enemies.
Yeah, brilliant to see Simple showing up in this form. It really is.
Especially after a bit of a drop-off, right? Na'Vi have certainly not had that in their performance. Sure, they've only lifted one trophy this year, second at Cologne, some close games, some close tournaments, but at the end of the day, Simple, he's not been the powerhouse in these last couple of months that we usually expect to see. This would be one way to resurge to life in cutting the neck of Furia here in the quarters and going through to what should be an open bracket, a closed book, a free major. Simple, aggressive behind the smoke.
Ooh, hiding in it with the flashbang. Furia might be spamming, but eventually that smoke clears and Art wins it out. The head-to-head between him and Simple continues to heat up here. Furia now in a 5v4, and you kind of have to milk this for all it's worth. You don't want to get caught holding W now. You really need to play the advantage on this one. Because if you can't win this round with Simple out of the picture and an untraded 5v4, then what can you win?
Yeah, Flash P gets nothing as well for Na'Vi. It's a top hit coming through for Furia. They've got the util, they've got the flashes coming in, and Sundayoung is burning and blind. He's 5 HP. This should be a shot from death. Perfecto perfects the protection and stops him from getting out, but he won't last much longer. Drop saves the round until Electronic comes in from top. It's a massacre on the A site, and the young boy a bit has to stand tall.
Separated, but Safe comes back. Cares the heavens. And heaven sent as he saves the day on that one.
A deep breath for Furia. They almost dropped that one right there in the site. Those rounds are not easy when you've got crossfires like that in the back of A. But drop the young'un, double entry to do it back, finding Furia their first on their offensive half. Simple came into the second half 0-3 in opening fights, not what you'd expect for a man of his stature. He's at least leveled out with his first, but right there again, picked by Art early. You can expect aggression for Furia, right? It was a reasonable play to go behind that smoke. If they fast play the red cross, he's going to get kills, but Furia in no hurry in their first gunny. May bring a bit more pace today. Molly in main, smoke in the vent. Art's going to make his way down, but he gets stuck. He's lost in the source.
Oh, it's a little awkward for Art here, but he will find his way. Bit already down the vent, ready to tango with him, ready to face him in the head-to-head, gets the info that they're moving in through secret, and even goes back in for a little bit more. Safe knocked out of the round, and Simple already here, waiting with this AWP at ramp. Gonna try his hand at the swing. There's something from Yuri. We said we wanted more out of this guy, but it's just the one and done in this round. Bit successfully traded it. This round is super awkward for Furia. Serato and Drop, they're worlds apart. Drop's trying to get into this B side alone. Gonna try his hand at the spam. It's close, it's damaged, but Bit's still very much in the picture here.
And right above, Drop's just trying to snuff him out. He's going to draw enough attention that Serato can get set up in double door or window, but there's already a second rotate. Bit has peeled out of the bomb site. Smoke on single, an open window. Serato needs this kill, or this is dead in the water.
It is low. This is the best time for it. Serato wins that first fight. Gonna need more than that, though, as now Na'Vi starts to begin. A bit of a rotate down through the vents, down towards lower. Electronic, the man to Drop. Finds his timing. Drop planting safe. Might get away with it, might not, as Electronic's there. Gets him just after the bomb's gone down, teeing up KSCERATO. Now this guy's always been the clutcher for Furia. Always been the man who had to deliver in moments like this, but this time, cut down right away. Unfortunate timing on the ramp swing puts a stop to it, and Na'Vi, lovely protocol, lovely response after catching wind of that lower play.
Yeah, Furia take too long in that lower side, right? They take far too long after they get that pick onto Bit along on the catwalk. They know there's another player. A smoke just came out from ramp side, but they don't know whether that player's pushed in yet or not. And KSCERATO, you said he's a clutcher, Harry. He's the highest clutcher for this event so far, joint with Inters. So the only one still in the tournament at 10 clutches so far in Rio. But 11 will not be found in this round. Na'Vi close the net and collapse upon Furia in the post plant. Heads up drop for Electronic. Does not doubt himself. And Furia have called every single timeout. They know it's slipping away. 4 rounds in a row for Na'Vi at the start of the half, broken by a single one, and now back to broke are Furia. A bomb plant will relieve some tension. But this is Na'Vi's game right now, and there's no getting away from it.
All right, well, there's the last tack timeout used. The last chance to take a breather in this one. It's full steam ahead for Furia now, at the full mercy of the pace of this game. Lobbing this util into the A-bomb site, making it look like they really want to go. Perfecto has something to say about it though. Up, over, dead at the hut. Sundayung blinded, Electronic dead after one, but the bomb gets away from Furia. 2v2 as the A site goes quiet. Yuri waits back in main. He would love Bit to give this kill over. KSCERATO's waiting for it too, trying to bait him in. Simple from heaven. Won't be given an angle. Instead, it's Bit fighting first. KSCERATO gets the info. Doesn't want to give this kill away. That's what Yuri's here for. Simple season, but a missed shot. And it's Yuri's fight to win. Bit in the 1v2. Knows he has him trapped in main. How long does he wait? KSCERATO, nasty surprise. Why is he outside, they're asking? Why is he outside?
What a route. What a round. What a save. After again the anchor gets a double on top side, Perfecto can't do enough there for Na'Vi. And Furia, you gotta say, this looks like a different team to the last quarterfinals of Antwerp. They know when to slow down, they know when to pull the brakes out in these mid-round moments. Not jumping the gun, but letting Na'Vi come to them. A 9th taken and money on the rocks for Na'Vi. Will the ice melt? As Furia put out the fire, smoke spam. Everyone on the chopping block. These wall bangs can connect very easily. Furia attempt them through the hut. Nothing noteworthy. They can try route ramp. Bits here with a FAMAS. Re-smoke down. It's out. Furia, an open path.
Simple's been called for. Moving in with the AWP on the angle. Posted. Missed shot. Can't get out of there, Bit. Falls at the bottom of ramp. That's an open path down into this B site. For Na'Vi, they are all in on this round. If they go for this retake and come up short, Furia are right back in this map. They might have to save on the back of the money alone, but look at Yuri. Look at this position. He wants to try and take the guns out of it, but Simple won't let it happen. The rest of Na'Vi gonna try and boost to get this gun.
Smart.
They will be saving Furia onto double digits. 3 rounds behind.
Wow, the little leg up there for Simple. Throws Sundayung on the roof. Hello, Foon. And they're going to get that gun at the end of the day. Furia still hunting Art with nothing to lose. The money man. Able to get it done with no matter what you give him. But however you slice it, 10 rounds for Furia and seemingly weapons saved, including a sniper. And let's talk about it, Harry. We mentioned how Simple was slow to start in terms of the opening kills. Right there again, back-to-back rounds with the AW. He misses shots, and that's not what we expect of him. His rifling was incredible on T side. But not this kill, the one on ramp, the swing kill, the one that would have made all the difference and set Na'Vi up to rotate down low. And hell, yeah, maybe risk their money, but maybe give them a shot in the 4v4 retake. It doesn't come through. Combine that with the main shot in the previous round. A couple of whiffs for Simple and not the time to show them.
And I mean, right now, credit to him, Serato is going toe-to-toe with Simple. In terms of the firepower, in terms of what they're bringing to the server. And with Simple cooling off in the last few rounds, Serato still keeping his finger to the trigger. It's all the makings of something in the water for Furia.
Yeah, this broke money is still the big scare for Na'Vi. But a couple of rifles can get you across that finish line, no doubt about it. Re-smoke at ramp, they'll cool off the boost peak. Simple's here, this time ahead of a potential Molotov. Oh, it looks like he wants to go through. At least clearing close. Furia put pressure on the A site, but little do they know they've already got all of the util out of Na'Vi. It's only a smoke on Electronic Simple. Another missed shot on the smoke fade. They're going to smoke their way out. He is throwing himself into the fight right now. This is the round on this engagement. Simple wants to start it off. Right behind. Missed shot, and drop takes him out of the round. That might be it. That might already be 11, and Furia run wild.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and Na'Vi might be feeling exactly that now. Art will die on his play up into the A site. The rest of Furia see that as their signal to go down lower. You like to think that they've done enough already.
2 here, 3 here.
Control room call for the rotate down. The rest of Na'Vi are all moving in. They want to give this a go.
Gotta fake it.
Tap on the bomb. Doors now swing. Serato with one. Sumdai Young tries his hand at the trade, but is whittled down low now. Perfecto in decon, still harassing, still being annoying. But it's Sumdai Young dead. And Perfecto in this 1v2 now. Dropped at the hands of the young gun from Furia. And that is 11 rounds.
Is this really happening, Harry? It felt like a done deal. Not just at halftime, but the rounds following. Na'Vi finding that 12-7. Not enough. Simple feeling the pressure, feeling the burn, and throwing themselves into fights he typically won't miss. But when you do, you see the results. Furia have found 11. Na'Vi, again, economy has been the name of the game. Both teams broke. Sumdai Young on a shotgun. It's certainly tempting. It can be tantalizing. But Furia are the ones fantasizing about stealing their opponent's map pick away on home soil. What a performance that would be. And we're not too far out from that possibility. And now we've finally got cash for Safe Zorp as well. Last couple of rounds, he's been finding picks with it. Bailing Furia out of awkward spots. Oh, good spam! Perfecto battered and bruised. And Furia look like they want this A site, but that will lead them into the alligator. A long barrel with even sharper teeth on Sumdai Young. In come the Brazilians.
And they are going into it. This auto shotgun, this is the ideal spot for it. Will it accomplish anything? No, it's dead right away. Perfecto, back of the bomb site, needs to hold on. The cavalry are not here yet. The reinforcements only just arriving, and they're all cut down. Furia on a 12. Oh, man! Listen to this arena sing.
Electric energy. And how can you not crumble under the pressure? Na'Vi, where is your hero now? Where is your GOAT? It's the Panthers, one away from equalization. And Na'Vi broke on the way there. Don't throw these rounds away. While they should be the simplest, can sometimes get out of hand. Na'Vi can play like they have nothing to lose. So Furia very cautiously in the lobby, stacked up with 2 on top, with Molotovs in the ramp room. Make no mistake about it, they will not drop the ball here.
Lovely double from Art. He is feeling it right now. Simple tagged up, this scout outside, gonna struggle to get involved in the round. And knocked out by Yuri. There's not even any danger left. Furia have got this one in the bag. Na'Vi have dropped down lower, taking a bit of a gamble. It's really all they could have done here. They've bet against the house on this one, and the house always wins. 13 all. As Furia tie this game up with their 5th round in a row.
Oh, a death, not the end of the world. They'll be able to exit these kills. Sunday Young, a nice tap.
Hang on a moment, guys.
Money,
Don't go hunting just yet.
Money and guns, that's the aim of the game for Na'Vi, but fingers found by Safe as he clicks him down. Perfecto, a nice shot, but nothing more. And Furia rid Na'Vi of rifles. Equalization. A paramount point in the game now for Na'Vi to recover, to show if they have that championship mentality. The current favorites for the trophy in Rio on their map pick, and it's turning harrowing. Is this CT side getting hollowed out from the inside? Head in hands for Electronic. Played on the mic. But how can you even hear what your coach has to say? These screams are piercing Na'Vi's soul.
As far as the eye can see, there are people preying on your downfall. And with every round that this gets closer, the pressure only builds for Na'Vi. Furia, this is their moment. Do they take the lead here and now? After 5 in a row. Triple outside for Na'Vi. Yuri walks a dangerous path on this one. He's gonna have a lot to do. Electronic just looks away. They don't know that Yuri's made it to red. This could be a way in for Furia right now. Electronic has no idea that Yuri is in this position. Outside smoke's going in over the top. Electronic waits, but here's this fight. Opening up, Safe with a TK. A little too fast for his own good, but he can't outrun the guns on this one.
Hey, sometimes you got to take the shot. It may be worth its weight in gold. Furia looking to break diamonds, and they have maybe brought the tools to this T side. Queserato ready to pop into A. That's the end goal, it seems, for Furia. Yuri has lower, he's in no hurry. Perfecto, the topside anchor, who's been doubling up seemingly every single round, is finally locked out in the wrong location. Furia ready to burst A. Perfecto runs the gun! He finds Yuri in the backstab, and now Na'Vi know what's up.
Furia have got to go. They've got to win this first fight, and Sunday Young. Oh, good for the first. Safe trying to make up for that TK.
Winnable.
Does bring it back into a 2v3. Heaven Plant Bit could face this, but he won't. He wants to play it safe. That's given Furia a bomb plant drop. Oh! And there's both! Perfecto! 1v1! Swung! And it's dropped to do it to him! 14 rounds for Furia! And the arena erupts! They know what that round means, Hugo! Na'Vi are broke!
It's not just the money, but the mental as well. To win a round like that, that starts with you killing your in-game leader. And a spray to save it, a sniper, a much-needed addition to Furia, who fell off after the departure of Henny. Safe puts him in their backpack. Don't rush a ramp smoke now, Furia. Don't throw this opportunity away. Your best chance of breaking Na'Vi on their best map in the most important game of your goddamn life. Stacked up top, simple drops, very low right now. Wallbangs will end him, and drops delivered it. That might just beckon you in. The sight tempts you, it calls your name. Electronic closes that net. He's right behind. A swing through the smoke denied. Sunday Young on top of the hut. The stand-in has got to stand up, and 2 headshots. That 5-7 mauls Furia.
Still
Flank
coming.
is here. The pistols are shredding them.
Furia are starting to realize this one's getting so out of hand. They're losing control. They're not in control anymore. Na'Vi with the pistols deny map point.
I do think it's Furia's patience that lets them down. If they could get in off that entry through the wall, Simple spammed out. If they could have burst into A, they would have avoided that flank entirely. Sure, it would have come at concessions. The double 5-7 tap out, but if Furia can trade their way into A, it's their round to win. Now Na'Vi have done it back. They've broken a 6-round streak with pistols of all weapons. And now Furia must harness the energy to shut this out before Na'Vi save their bacon.
Electronic close outside. Yuri's gonna swing in. Looked a little jittery in the fight, but still wins it out.
Oh.
Good flash.
Oh.
Dead in the water. A 3v5. Bit dropping down into the site. Na'Vi seemingly with the read. They could feel that this looked like an A split. And so they're poised to deal with the remainder of this A play. Furia would be going right where Na'Vi want them to go.
Oh. If Bit peeked that, Save was holding up. It's a game of timings. It's a guessing game. And Na'Vi don't have to guess. They can just rely on this stack, no matter what site. They can retake lower. Triple top. This is a perfect setup. No picks presented. Simple sniping ramp side. And while he's missed every orb shot seemingly this half, he may not be required in this round. Bit, a headshot would cause this to come crumbling down right now. Furia are entering the site.
That Molly's going to force him forward into the clutches of this triple setup. They try to make it down the vent, but Safe does not have safe passage. Drop 1v5,
No.
plotting out in the open.
No.
Simple denies it. The full 30 rounds needed, and Na'Vi, the ones to get to 15 first. The big bad in Rio de Janeiro. And they're just one round away from recovering and taking their map pick, 16-14, destroying not just the hopes of Furia, but everyone in this building.
And you maybe thought it was already done. You maybe thought Furia were poised to end it. Well, now they're poised with pistols. A fast rush up top. No waiting around. Eat a nade. Sumda Young. Again a double. And Furia silenced, as the arena will be as well. This map slipping through their fingers like a cacophony of kills. But a sympathy and the symphony comes up for Na'Vi.
Huge turnaround, going the distance. Simple playing the villain. Everyone hates him right now, but it's Na'Vi, a map up, and now Furia have got to do the dance on Ancient.
Meu Deus, poçozão no Rio de Janeiro, mais quente que isso, sou torcedor brasileiro que vibra de coração, corpo e alma pro verdadeiro Cristo Redentor bateu palma, que abala as estruturas da arena ou na sala de casa dos vizinhos dá até pena. Quem não me entende acha que é loucura ou zorra, mas é louco mesmo, louco por CS porra. Jamie Time não, agora é rap time. Harry faz a perfeitinha que eu vou de frontline. Faço parecer simples, tipo que o Cipo faz um CS. Cada verso é uma bala, só acerta HS. É que o coração bate no ritmo da C4, tipo Olof no fogo, defusando e queimado. A torcida nunca para porque silenciado. Só o bico da M4. Welcome to Brazil. Nós tem a energia que faz a arena toda tremer. Tem banho abafado. Até quem não fala português é capaz de entender. Nós ama isso aqui. É paixão verdadeira, você pode perceber. perceber que nós não para de torcer. Se ganhar, se perder, o importante pra nós é nunca ceder.
Hi, guy, gringo here. Won't lie, don't get the lingo here. Might not be made in Brazil, but I'm still feeling welcome. Refill on the caipirinha vibes, I've already felt them, and now I dealt them. I'm just a stick in it. No kid, but I diffuse the situation. It's lit in the Trebo Nation. No shit. This time I got back up and we gonna slay. Build a fast stack up with MMAK. Cause if you wanna see 30 rounds, he's spitting fire today. Brother, turn the beat up, what can I say? I see a noise, hearts beating at their chest. Hold your color, we'll have watching unimpressed. Like a pendulum where all the swings are blessed. But to play in this park, you'll follow what you guess. Yeah, it's popping off. Let me hear De Janeiro light it up like a Molotov. Guess you can't get enough. The professor never lets you off, but that's the price of your art. Stay up at night after dark, imitating legend masters of their craft. Not just flashes in the pan, you're the go with the star. All the doja giving shaft. You took all the Janeiro, nobody gets the graft. We call that
Tem
Verdadero.
umas partidas que são sensacional. Juro que na vida nunca vi igual. Tem game que poderia nunca acabar. Que dá emoção até liquidar. É só bala que ejeta a cabeça do corpo. Com espírito, fúria e garra até o último sopro. Sempre tem aquele herói que salva quando parece perdido. Mesmo 9-0, sonho nunca tá morto. 0-0 é o número de vezes que nós desistimos. Por isso orgulho do império que construímos. Se eu tô no mic eu tô pesado tipo B.I.G. Ou tipo Get Right no tempo da NIP, can you see? Esteja preparado, bem-vindo ao Brasil. Bicampeão, já conseguiu. O país do fute ficou no passado, agora é CS. Nunca desistiu, nem nunca desiste. Senta e assiste que a caminhada foi dura, mas nunca perdemos a postura. CS é cultura, se é made in Brasil, é made na loucura.
Welcome to Brazil.
Nós tem a energia que faz a arena toda tremer.
Põe o abafado.
Até quem não fala português é capaz de entender
Nós
que
ama isso aqui.
é paixão verdadeira, você pode perceber que nós não para de torcer. Se ganhar, se perder, o importante pra nós é nunca ceder.
Someone's gotta fall off, there goes gravity. Not so many spots, this shit insanity. Legends have strength, call it vitality. I'm fazed by the pressure, Grand Slam mentality. Down underdogs, which greyhound is larger? Imperial marching, like they're your father. Every last dance needs a backup dancer. Or maybe an OG to push them harder. Fnatic rock up with a good team finally. Cloud9 the same, but a way bit more timely. James the Time Lord nowadays rarely gets so timey-wimey. Call a Doctor Who for you, outsiders feeling fighty. Bad news eagles in it, time to get all flighty. Refresh your ambitions, sprout big dreams, that shit inspiring. We loving and we fighting. I am Rio, bright light, straight fire and then lightning. Yeah, it's popping off. Let me hear De Janeiro light it up like a Molotov. Guess you can't get enough. The professor never lets you off, but that's the price of your art. Stay up at night after dark, imitating legend masters of their craft. Not just flashes in the pan, you're the goat with the star. All the doja giving shaft. You took all the Janeiro, nobody gets the graft. We call that Verdadero.
Põe o abafado. Nós ama isso aqui.
Tooth and nail, we get every round in that one, and boy, was it something spectacular. Furia just trying to bounce it all the way back, but ultimately the dribble stops at about 16-14, ladies and gentlemen. We do just avoid overtime. And Navi's got to be sweating bullets after that one. I'm over here on the desk at the IEM Rio Major 2022. I got Yanko on the far side, and right in the middle, we're stuck with Bled.
I like being stuck with you, Trace, but
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, this particular game, man, listen, Fallen said it on the desk as well. When it came down to Furia with this crowd, there could be some magic happening, and there was a bit of magic happening at the very end there, almost bringing it back. but they fall to their own sword, their own style of Counter-Strike, and it comes and bite them in the ass.
I think you can tell that, you know, undoubtedly Na'Vi is the better team, and it's just about weathering like the storm and the momentum from Furia. You could see it in the first half as well, right? Winning pistol, losing second round early on, you know, they start losing. Suddenly they stabilize, winning a couple of rounds in a row, and they're looking fine. Second half, 5-0 start, looking great, and then Furia brings it back from 13-8 to 13-13, and that's where you're like, whoa, what's going on now? And Na'Vi's looking shaky. Simple's going for some questionable plays in the middle there in a round or two, right? And ultimately they do bring it back. You could just tell on the faces of the players from Furia, right? Like they know it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities, we could start to look at some of the rounds. Hell, we even break it down in the first half. I'm looking at 10, maybe even 11, probably in sync like that.
Yeah, like the thing when it came to Furia is some of the early rounds they won came off some pretty aggressive plays, risky plays coming out from them, and then they go for this this particular push working out for them, initially getting a couple of kills, but then Na'Vi, the patience and the composure and how good they are in this low man situations.
This is a 2v5. This is simple and electronic against the world, right? Round 11, you can see Furia, they're getting some momentum, they're doing well. All of a sudden, in a matter of 2 seconds, it's 2v2, and Trace, the name of the game for me here is self-inflicted injuries by Furia, right? Like the initial push is fine, the aggression, but you're just like overdoing it a little bit, especially considering the economy, right? And we're going to see it in back-to-back rounds here, Electronic with a big clutch, right? And now the following round, after just like 10-15 seconds, they have 3 guys dead.
Yeah, and you know, we had Fallen up here pre-game. He talks about, we're not going to see this sort of aggression from Furia right out of the gate, but it feels like they wanted to take the fight to him right away.
I mean, that's something they did on the CT side. It worked out for them initially, right? It's just that Na'Vi were patient enough. They're going to keep aggressing a little bit too much. They don't know how to rein it in, and that's when Na'Vi were able to strike and kind of punish them for it.
And I think Furia absolutely needs to go for plays like that, but not all the time. You need to like pick your fights and pick the rounds. Fair. They don't have a great buy, right? Like you don't need to force that. You're making it easier by going for those close quarter fights, right? So I think, yes, it was about Na'Vi sort of handling the aggression for Furia, and you could see there that Furia helped them a little bit in doing that.
Let's talk about back-breaking rounds, which is absolutely what we're about to take a look at. Round 28 rings a bell, doesn't it, Yenko?
Well, in case there's any Brazilians watching the English stream, watch Gaules right now, right? Because you want to avoid this. So you're thinking here, Na'Vi's on a half buy here. They're ecoing, they're conceding the 15th round. They give up the opening kill, right? But then the hero, Sam Dai Young, with a 1v2 clutch in the first half, in the second round, now stepping up Electronic with a timely flank, and Furia completely crumbles in this round.
And this has happened so many times in this particular game, right? And Sam Dai Young, sure, there were a couple of questionable holds coming out from him on that upper bomb site, but here he had to be the hero, just the pistols. And this was a backbreaker round for Furia, because after that, you know, Na'Vi just went on and closed it out. But this would have been an incredible, almost a god-tier comeback from Furia. And I was starting to believe in a magic there, but in the end, it was all an illusion.
Yeah, that T side really did leave a lot to be desired. After you know, you get all the way up to a close contention like that, and it does leave quite a few question marks towards the end, but perhaps Heku and Peacemaker have found them.
Yes, Dana, as you can see, I have none other than Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I had the opportunity to talk to Na'Vi, and Blade said it's incredibly hard to actually hear each other. We could even hear, like, we could see him like just holding the microphone. This is a first time for me in Brazil, but as a Brazilian, did you expect this madness?
Well, you know, Heku, like, it's not a coincidence that I'm wearing black and white today, you know, all the way for Furia. And yeah, I'm not surprised with Blade answer. This crowd is insanity. Like, I've been in many arenas before, guys, like Katowice, Cologne, but nothing is compared to this. I promise you, like, the Brazilian fans are crazy. They're supporting Furia all the way. And you know what? This is about to get even louder, you know, like for the second game, for the second map and the rest of the series, they will go even louder. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Well, I'm also looking forward. We can barely hear each other, so I hope it's all good for you, Des. What do you think? Are we getting a third map?
So let's shift gears and start talking Ancient. Of course, Furia's map pick, but handing Na'Vi CT side, where they are absolute monsters. And in this game against Team Liquid, they had a monstrous CT half. So we're going to see why. And the man to look out for is absolutely Electronic. So on this round, fairly standard stuff. Just the early default nades onto mid to prevent a rush. And what's going to happen is Team Liquid. They want to pop through this smoke. They want to get aggressive on some flashbangs. And we need to look at Electronic because he has a mighty round. He moves up and onto the B catwalk area, just about dodges the flashes and gets 2 massive kills to put Na'Vi in a huge advantage. Let's jump forward a couple of rounds, and this one's a similar start. Early nades on towards mid, Electronic on site, as always, patrolling the area. And what we're going to see actually from Liquid is fairly similar stuff, trying to pop through this smoke on just 1 flash bang. And as we'll see, Electronic is a match for the moment, takes down a Liege and puts his team in a good position. Now, what we're going to see here on B, this is exactly the same round as we just saw from Electronic killing a Liege. They start off this one with double molly in towards this B lane position. And what SDY wants to do is swing out from Jaguar and find some cheeky frags. So, to help SDY out, what he actually does is bounce a nade over here, and he's going to peek behind the nade smoke, whilst Perfecto throws a flashbang to make it all the easier. And coming through, SDY finds a good frag and backs out of dodge to give his team a 5-on-3. So just before I talk through these rounds and how great Na'Vi can be at shutting down defaults on that CT side, will we see this up against Furia? I'm not sure, but maybe the desk does. Back over to you.
Yeah, that's the plan, and he is just standing right there. Speaking of which, that next map being Ancient, before we get there, I want to tell you about something special going on here in Rio. We're talking about awarding a Player of the Decade tomorrow. We have something very special planned before those semifinals. And in Rio, we will announce that Player of the Decade is voted by 75, that's right, 75 of the top pros across the entirety of the pro circuit. It's going to come down to just 2, and the votes were based on longevity, success, and influence on CSGO. Now, of course, you're going to want to be around for that. You're going to want to watch that on Twitch at home. Hell, if you're here in attendance, you never know who it might be. Maybe they're already here. We don't really know. I know that we were asked, some shoulder content, who you thought it might be, where it might be, but all it takes is that vote. Again, 75 players just coming together to decide who that Player of the Decade is. And for us, we get to dive into Ancient quickly and briefly. In doing so, I don't want to sit here and say that Furia's road ends.
I just want to give a shout out to Perfecto and SDY for that first map. Not talked about a lot. SDY, usually not being criticized, right? But they stepped up immensely and delivered for Na'Vi. Simple was the lowest rated player for Na'Vi on that first map, right? So coming into Ancient, yes, Furia's peak. It's all about the first half. Na'Vi, yes, they lost to Liquid, giving up that comeback, but the CT side wasn't the problem, and they get to start on the CT side.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when you talk about Ancient, as you said, it's going to be the attacking side for Furia. They like the B bomb side, and the 2 guys you mentioned there, it is going to be Samdai Young in the Jaguar position. It is going to be, of course, Perfect on the B bomb side. They're going to have to step up to the plate here if they want to take it 2-0, Trace.
Yeah, and that's what all eyes are on, the prize down here in Rio. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We have to go backstage. We have to watch how this one unfolds. Perhaps we find ourselves going to that 3rd map. That'll be Mirage. Before we get there, it's Ancient. FYA having a grand old time down there, as you can see outside of the fan zone. In the meantime, the in-between time, we will be right back with Ancient and Na'Vi Furia.
The bell tolls for Cologne. This cathedral, a cathedral that is stacked from the earth to the heavens with the greatest of all the fans, the most passionate.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hard Hitting Journalism. Right now I'm joined by Vid, by Samda Young and by Simple. And, ребята, у нас во втором помещении ваши сокомандники, там Электроник, там Перфекта. И мы должны придумать к им 2 вопроса. 2 вопроса каждому. Но такие вопросы, типа, не по ЦСу, именно, может, из повседневной жизни, которые, может быть, им будет немножко вот неловко отвечать. Они вот включат эту стесняшку и будут сидеть, просто краснеть и, знаешь, типа, себя так чувствуют. Предложение?
Ну, у нас есть такой мем в Нави, что Илья
это не мем.
встречается с Тони.
Это не мем.
Это не мем?
Просто все это мем, но просто правду знаем только мы, как команда. Поэтому первый вопрос, Илья. Когда и как произошло ваше первое свидание с Антониной?
Второй вопрос будет у нас адресован Денису. Я бы хотел спросить, что бы ты выберешь, Денис? Глютен или свинина?
Денис ухаживает за волосами, можно спросить его рутину утреннюю ухода за волосами. А для Ильи... О, точно, он любит рыбачить. Самая большая рыба, которую он когда-нибудь ловил.
Не, ну это, знаешь, тогда он будет именно хвастаться, но он от этого не будет краснеть, он будет вот какой-то, знаешь, это будет вот глаз, она была такого-то
Ну,
размера.
может, самая ужасная рыбалка в его жизни.
Не, как поймать рыбу на крючок?
Как поймать рыбу на крючок?
Ну,
Да, это интересный вопрос. Это же не просто рыбу поймать на крючок.
Но будет ли не чувствовать неуютно?
Так это можно же как-то задуматься. Это ж не только настоящую рыбу. Девушек рыбками называют.
А, ну вот тогда можно же как поймать рыбку и такой типа серии Winky Face. Как поймать рыбку? Хорошо, ладно, давайте пойдем проверим.
Ребята, ваши сокомандники подготовили вам несколько вопросов, и я хочу знать на них ответы. Вы готовы?
Нет.
Вы верите, что они подготовили хорошие вопросы?
Нет. Сомневаюсь, очень сомневаюсь.
Хорошо, первый вопрос. Перфекты. Илья, когда и где у тебя было первое свидание с Антониной?
От кого вопрос можно узнать?
От твоих сокомандников?
Окей. Не было его.
Не было?
Нет.
Как так? Они сказали, что вы встречаетесь, что все официально.
Не буду отвечать на этот вопрос.
Не будет? Ну ладно.
Они
ладно.
лучше знают.
Они лучше знают? Ну тогда
Я
значит
так
все
и
официально.
сказал.
Они не хотят афишировать просто.
Я понимаю, типа лоу-ки и все такое,
Да,
типа,
да.
чтобы не было проблем. Ну понятно, хорошо. Они еще сказали то, что ты увлекаешься рыболовлей, да? Вопрос, как нужно поймать рыбку?
Как именно?
Ну как?
рыбку.
У тебя спрашивают, братан.
Поэтому я и хороший рыболов, я не рассказываю секрет.
Ты не расскажешь секреты, как ты смог сходить на свидание с Тони?
Какой, блин, зачем вы это спрашиваете?
Сказали, что ты краснел.
Так я уже красный.
Ладно, ладно. Да, это все, ты отстрелялся, все.
А мне страшно.
Уже страшно.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back to I Am Rio. It is the major and this is the Fan Fest. I know you've seen it the last couple of days and I'm in front of the Furia booth as you can see and they haven't lost hope yet. But I gotta say, when it hit 16-14, I saw some disappointed, sad faces, but that's never gonna stay like that for long because I know they still believe in their team. And as you can see, it's a bit more calmer out here today outside because it's so loud inside. But believe me, when they get into the game, it's gonna be incredibly loud. There we go, we'll leave you at that. And let's hope Furia can bring this one back. Over to you.
Well, here we are, ready to head in to our second map of Ancient, Furia's map pick. It was here, back at the PGL Major in Antwerp, where the wheels fell off the cart for Furia, where it all came undone. They got dominated on their T-side of Ancient, getting just one round over the entire second half, leading to a dismal elimination. But here, home crowd in Rio, the stage was set for a Furia upset win. They had Nuke in the palm of their hands, and now we have this real test for Furia. Do they have that championship mentality? Can they weather the storm on this one, knowing that they were so close to being a map up right now, only to have it taken away right as the doors close?
Yeah, does that break you is the question. 13-14 and Na'Vi win a near full eco round to send us all the way to a map up in this series. And yeah, you're right, Furia did have it in the palm of their hand. Not just here, but back in that Spirit game at Antwerp as well. They start T-side here, Harry. It's their map pick. They've got to come out all guns blazing on the T-side to begin this map. And you got to say, I mentioned this quote in the first map, Perfecto also, in an interview with HLTV, talked about the crowd. He said, we don't have any fears facing this crowd. I've always wanted to play against or play with a crowd that's completely against me. It's more motivation, and Na'Vi are channeling that motivation right now. Every screaming fan against them, and they are powering through to take this series away. Na'Vi can do it in 2 right here, right now, and break Furia's 6-match winning streak, eliminating them in the quarterfinals. It's do or it's die for the Brazilians.
Yeah, everyone was, loud, proud even heading into that last map, Hugo. But now, it's kind of apprehension in the air. Everyone's a little bit worried. How will the results of Nuke affect them? One thing I'm going to say that's going to go their way here, Hugo, is that Serato, back at the last major in the quarterfinals, he fell off of a cliff, right? The numbers just were not there, not the kind of superstar performances we needed to see if Furia wanted to long it out. Well, in this matchup, he looked lights out. He was going toe-to-toe with the best in the world on the other side.
Yeah, and you're going to need to, because he's already here. He's already here to play. Simple actually bottom in terms of the stats in the first map. Had some highly impactful rounds on his T side. Definitely fell off with the AWP once he switched over CT. Rare to see, but now we go to another great map where hopefully that AWP can come in all guns blazing, and it will need to. For Furia, their best opportunity to steal this series away, already pocketed by Na'Vi. And as they enter the stage, a team huddle, the boos surround them, but it hasn't broken them yet. Why would it start now? And you've really got to give it to Na'Vi. I don't think many teams could hold up against this pressure and not crack under it. That is the difference between a legend and a champion. And Na'Vi are aiming to be the latter.
Yeah, that little huddle on stage, they're the only people in Na'Vi's corner.
You want to look at positives of Furia, you want to flip the script a little bit. Well, this is Ancient. It's a map that Na'Vi haven't been touching as of late. When it came into the map pool, a lot of teams decided to adopt it immediately, especially teams with an insta-ban like Na'Vi, like FaZe, with that Vertigo pick that they rarely faced, right? That was FaZe's downfall at this event. For Na'Vi, they just keep banning it. They go to this map. They surely knew it was coming. It's been Furia's go-to, to steal away in terms of numbers recently, but Furia have never played a team of Na'Vi's caliber on this map. Sure, they've taken on Liquid, they've taken on G2, and to good results as well. But when you're facing 16 rounds away from elimination, when you're going up against one of, if not the best team in the world, at least the best team left alive in the playoffs off of the proof we have, the questions do come into your mind for Furia. The numbers are good, but again, it doesn't matter about the game plan, it matters about the execution. And Na'Vi are here to behead Furia in front of thousands of fans.
Yeah, this map decides it. Will this be a series that ends up getting remembered as one where Furia was so close but couldn't complete, couldn't lock in a victory? You're always going to look back at it and think, well, if one of those Ant-Eco rounds had gone a little different, if one of the clutches had gone the other way, could have been a whole different story. Or is this the start of something magical? Is this where we push it the distance, we go all three, and we settle the score on Mirage?
Yeah, and they say Inferno rather is the best map to finish a series. I think Mirage would be incredible. I hope we get there. Furia have to step up to the mark today, folks. A lost opportunity on Nuke, but that can be all ancient history if their map pick comes up better. And we're off.
Let's get into it then, shall we? Furia, everyone grouped, looking like it's going to be a B-hit, just called out of spawn to open up the pistol. It's fast, it's ferocious, it's signature Furia as they move in up the ramp side. Na'Vi, it's already dawning on them, this is a retake round in the 5v5.
It's not what they wanted. They made a read on the A site. That means they didn't buy a kit and they gave up B. This is going to leave Na'Vi lacking the time, lacking the clock. Furia favored strongly in this pistol round, and with the players still on default, art can cause so many problems. Smoke in the cave is nice, but Furia can fire through.
Na'Vi really need this opener. They need space into the site, and it's Art to win the first engagement. Tucked in, he's dead after one. 4v4 as the man inside of the site falls, but so much time to get off this bomb. They're on it. The peak's got to come through. Furia getting churned up, but they're not going to get you off the bomb. Bit still standing it. Just denied. Just denied. Right at the end. A buzzer beater of a round. But it's a Furia pistol to open up Ancient.
What a way to begin. That looked like it was falling apart, Harry. That cave smoke cut Furia out, but cut and dry in the final few seconds. A kit would have made all the difference. It would have been a one round for Na'Vi. Absolute certainty on that pistol. But Furia, bring that Fury. Don't get ahead of yourselves. I'm not just talking late game eco wins. Na'Vi did the same thing back on Yukon, found this force buy in round 2. They look to do it again. 5-7s, headshots galore, electronic cut down, and mid opened up.
Spam damage goes either way, but it's safe on the receiving end of it. That nade is juicy. Simple gets it in. Still smoked off at cave. Furia are not jumping the gun on this moment.
I love this stack for Na'Vi, gambling that Furia won't move a single player through A main on their own with a rifle. It does leave Donut to A open as well, but they've read it right. Furia 3 towards the site. Bit covering the flank through red in a very precarious position, one that will almost certainly not be cleared. Oh, he actually moves. He might be caught in rotation, caught in tandem, knife out, back turn. Furia here to finish the job. Flanking this B bomb site. Bit doesn't know, but they're so close.
Yeah, he's going to get the spot at least, so now Na'Vi know, but there's the double arc causing trouble. Paints a pretty picture in this round as Furia claps upon the B site. Some Die Young thinks he might have a route out through cave, and he will win that engagement there. But can he take it any further as everyone looks to hunt him?
Wallbang from B. That was from the site. Right through the pocket. And Furia convert a pistol. A massive round to win, to just start strong. Have momentum in your pocket, get those early rounds, right? When it comes down to a 30-round loss, a 16-14, you think about every eco you drop, like you say. Not just the one late in the game, but the ones early as well. It all matters. Every moment of this major madness. Another eco, another stack on B, but this one should be a little more simple for Furia.
Flash in at the ramp, drop, farming kills. This might be his chance for the ace. If there ever was a time, Yuri steals that away, but it's a big 4K round for drop. Bit of a confidence builder there for the young gun on Furia.
And again, we talked about it a lot, and it's mainly because we're in the Academy era, right? We look at Maus, the NXT generation, rising to the occasion and taking down Cloud9 on this very stage yesterday. And so many other teams with examples of these young players rising up through the ranks. Drop is one of them. His only previous team to Furia is Furia Academy. His age is 18, and he's performing well above his years.
Oh, out in the middle, flashed, but still alive. Backed into a corner now. It's a little bit weird. They know he's here. Gonna be hard-pressed to win this fight. Oh, it's ugly. Still, they give him the swing. They give him the engagement. You don't want to get electronic. Don't want to let him get away with this one. You need a nade to trade it, and no one can offer one up. A 5v3. Furia hit the go button on a B play. Drop tries his hand at the entry. Now trying to set his teammates up to take long control, but Safe's going to win that first fight. Drop wins another. Bombs out on an island, but Safe still fighting. Still looking for frags. Now trying to join up with Yuri. What do they want to do here? Do they want to try and play mind games? They want to try and finagle these rotations. It's a deep push all the way through Spawn.
Oh, they finesse the best. Na'Vi have no idea the penny has not dropped. Finally, the realization sets in, but it might be too late. Furia is setting up to take the site.
Oh, Yuri trying to catch the rotates.
All right.
They're not even in position
They
yet.
saw him.
They've seen him over in red. Sundar Young's got this info. The main wrap won't be expected. Bit is in a real power position. 2 fights decide the outcome of the round. And with safe dead, Yuri's got to make a move, has got to be the hero. 1v3 as it all begins, but they're already on the bomb. Bit sticking it, not plotted for Yuri, so he's got to run up, he's got to run in. Wins the first fight. Bit and Yuri with 3! The hat trick! And another round for Furia. This T-side lights out to open up.
There should have been no question for Na'Vi. They knew exactly where he was. They had him pinned in, boxed, coffin, with nails getting pressed in the top, and still he breaks his way out, digs from underground, and pulls out the clutch. That will get the juices flowing, blood pumping, heart beating. Furia looking for 5. And again, you mentioned it earlier, back in Antwerp, in the same matchup, on the same map, on the T side, Furia fell apart. They were their own demons. They were rushing the gun. Crumbled on a T half of Ancient. Right now it's building them up. Flowing through the opponent's spawn in yet another round.
Yeah, just to put some numbers to it, Keserato got 5 kills on Ancient on the entire map last major.
He's on track right now.
Sure, safe's dead over in spawn, but the alarm bells aren't going off yet. Furia, it's free flowing. It's all across the map. They've got all this control. They're winning fight after fight. The world's their oyster. And Sundar Young's just living in it. Keserato hunts him down.
There's those 5 kills, Harry. But I don't think he's going to stop.
Now, this time something's different, Hugo. You can feel it.
And some said, many said, despite the crowd, Furia would still get strangled in this series. Well, yeah, they dropped the ball on you, no doubt about it, but you can't doubt the fact that they took it to 30 rounds. They remain competitive throughout. And now this is one step further. 5-0 up, Na'Vi on the favored side, yet to get the ball rolling. Safe. Looking for his B pick, blinded off again. No one in the sight, and they know they've got a room. Perfecto's locked out by Spawn. Cave Molly onto Sundar Young. He does get spammed, it's good damage, but Furia still have a foothold in the round. Back turn, electronics on it, like a car bonnet. 3 kills in an instant. And 2 players left standing with no bomb, but an empty bomb site. Simple's here to plug that hole, and he knows Art's nearby.
Slippery fish through the net, but a 1v5 for Art. Gonna have to take us on a clutching masterclass. Out in the middle he goes, but Bit is waiting here on the jump. Looking for him. Lots of money for Furia. Art can justify trying to do damage. And that can be enough to set you up for rounds to come. Sure, you might not win the 1v5, but nothing wrong with making your life just that little bit easier down the line. And if he could find 3 kills here, that would be a great round ending for Furia from the most dire of circumstances. Instead, it's a flawless one for Na'Vi.
And the game begins. A little late to the party, but Na'Vi show up fashionable as ever on the CT side. What a flank for Electronic. The last thing they were expecting, right down the ramp, in the rump. And Furia rumbled. Art's got a Mac 10. He had money for more. It's screaming pace, Harry. I expect nothing less.
And it was in these pacier rounds back in Antwerp where things really took a turn for the worse. Let's see if now that signature style's been fleshed out a little further. They're already in the site. Art is alongside Perfecto. Good for the double. He's done his part in the round, but Sundar Young smoked off, and the B site, it belongs to Fury. A chance at the plant now, and Art's taking space, taking real estate. Mogul of his own making, pushed up into the spawn. Waiting for this retake. He knows that 2 kills in this moment could be enough to seal the deal on the round. These smokes are on a timer. Flash is going through, but Art's turned from them. There's one. Traded by Electronics. Safe now in position. Missed shot from the AW, and he's boxed into a corner. Queserato has to do it alone.
Molly.
They're on the bomb. They're sticking it. He's got
Too
this
late.
Molotov, but it's way too late. Electronic with the defuse. A second round for Na'Vi. They get past the Furia players that had tried to go deep, tried to take space away. Well, Na'Vi moved in. And under the cover of darkness, under the cover of all this util going into the site, they grabbed the defuse right from under Furia's nose. That molly just seconds too late to have the impact that it needed.
Yeah, electricity beats fire, and the lightning pace of Furia puts them down by another round as Na'Vi build back in. They don't want to stop. They don't want to relent. Perfecto again needs another double on the defense, alone in the site, and they isolate him, but to no better situation, no better scenario. He dodges death again. That nade could be the end of Art. Pushed up on the short side. Perfecto blanketed by fire and utility. He hides in a smoke. Flashback out. Everyone's blind. Furia may have the site, but they're far from comfortable. They chase the kill. Another double. This guy's come alive, and Simple now needs to put it to bed.
Simple up through the short side. Oh, swings him!
See ya.
And wins the head-to-head. The numbers on this head-to-head between Art and Simple have got to be looking good for Art.
Oh, absolutely. In that first map, it felt like every single fight was coming up in favor of the Brazilian in-game leader. If you want the numbers, Harry, it's 8-3 in favor of Art in that first map alone against Simple. Previously an AWPer, now just a nightmare. These speedy rounds for Furia are working.
Oh, literally on his anime storyline arc, he says, "You leave the big guy to me. You guys handle the rest." And that's exactly what he's been doing. Na'Vi on a low buy, trying to make it work.
Oh, cave spam goes a long way. Sundayung will have to give it up eventually. No more grenades to stall this offensive. It's a slower approach for Furia, who know that off of these back-to-back B rushes, they will get all of Na'Vi's util out in the opening seconds. Look what they've done. One smoke, one nade, one flash, and a gun in the hands of the right man. Simple misses his shot. It's nuke CT all over again. Some uncharacteristic misses from multi-time best in the world. Art's up ramp. This is a huge fight. He falls. Perfecto holds the line. Now they're coming in through cave. Another MP9. Sundayung will not give them any business. It's up to Drop instead, who does deceive one. Got to go down for the ramp for the gun. Sundayung gives up the sight, but it's still Na'Vi coming in late for the retake.
Yuri is on a crazy late flank, but it is going to take so long for him to play into this round. For the time being, Furia, they need this plant.
TikTok.
They need to put Na'Vi on the clock, and so Save will plug in the numbers, but now he's trapped. They know about him. He's boxed in inside of the site. The longer Na'Vi take, the more the wraparound is. Bit checks for it, brings Yuri down low. And now he's working with slim margins, an awkward spot. Yuri dead. Queserato, we said this guy's off in the clutcher. Gotta be that now. More than ever. 1v1. Simple to beat. And Queserato isn't budging. Finally swings it. Kit grabbed it so close. And Na'Vi, fist bumps all around. They've grabbed the defuse. They've stolen that round away.
Oh, that was close, but he could feel Simple creeping up on him. Simple wasn't budging, he wasn't moving a muscle. And despite Queserato's best efforts, Jumpy will let him down. The shot that had to be hit by Simple saves Na'Vi's economy from rupture. You can miss some, but it's all about the ones you hit. And Simple saves the day there. Furia tame just that little bit, but not towards A. Drops leading the charge up in the front line. Bit eating a smoke, eating a flash. He's still surviving out on an island. That smoke has denied this rush round for Furia. They wanted to go. and they will go back instead. Art brings the bomb in tandem. It's not the pace Furia wanted. It's up to a mid-round now. A late call. Gonna get that red smoke in, util to the middle area. Na'Vi just have to shuffle, and they've left this B site in many rounds thoroughly undefended. Not this time. 3 strong. Bit smoked off, even leans back. Trying to deal with these flanks that we've seen frequently from Furia. Drop a lot to do, a lot on his plate, and he can't finish his meal.
Yeah, 1 for 1, not the end of the world for Furia, right? All in all, still gives them a bit of a leg up as they move in towards B. Restricting Na'Vi's resources, you're restricting them now. Art's gonna have a chance with the back 10. Making that money, baby! And so now Bit and Simple, 2 versus 4. A lot of teams will be looking to save right about now. Simple dead, Bit followed up onto, and it's Art with a huge round.
That's a stubborn attempt for Na'Vi. They are feeling the burn. Simple running in. We saw it on Ramp on You. We've seen it in many rounds. Furia, so great at slowing down in these mid-round moments and letting the kills come to them. This round is no exception. They don't rush the plant. They aren't caught fiddling with grenades. Picking at the brains of Na'Vi right now. 7-3, another broke by. But no hope in this round with a B stack. Furia go back to what they tried last time. Just popping that A site. Contact as ever. No clue for Na'Vi. They'll only know when it's too late.
Yeah, this is a great bit of conditioning out of Furia, that they even threw the cave smoke right at the start of the round, cut off that information over at the lane. It's forced Na'Vi to take a bit of a gamble, tried to get ahead of it. Now they're all sprinting back over towards this A side of the map. Simple is armed and deadly. Head off of Case Serato. Furia, this is starting to resemble how they lost that last anti-eco to close out Nuke. Going a man down early on, having to really slow it down, giving a little too much respect the other way. There's the important trade. Simple knocked out, and the rest should just fall into place now.
3 from safe on the AWP. Patience pays dividends. And Furia collect the check.
I've got to say, this is starting to feel like a real testament to both the form and the work that Furia have put in. Right, contrasting this to the last major, it's night and day. It's not even a fair comparison. Everyone's switched on here, everyone's pulling their weight.
Even Na'Vi know it. A timeout. No cheers, just jeers. Blade getting very animated as well. A lot to say. Na'Vi have had the right reads, they've had the right gambles. But it's sometimes not been enough. And when T-side AWP is getting away with business like this, that is a problem. Simple's got his. But this is not a map that lends itself to T-side AWP. Safe is changing the game on that one. Serato through the mid-smoke. Disrespectful opening kill, but he can't get back, surely. Bit's going to get that trade, and Young even helps out in the cave, finding a B lane player. Big gap, Bit plays ahead of it. Off looks away, but then decapitates his opponent. 3-on-3 with room to move. Furia take top red. They're only trying to keep Na'Vi interested as they group back up to another bomb site. And again, the lack of kit in this round is resounding for Na'Vi. If you're going to play retake, if you're going to allow Furia to walk their way into a bomb site, that clock is going to be against you.
Perfecto. Doesn't realize it yet, but they're already in the site. They've crept out of cave, they found this timing. It's a bit of an awkward one for Na'Vi. Perfecto.
What a save.
Dead, but some die young already here. Sends that bomb tumbling away from Furia. Yuri's been quick to grab it. Art posted with the AWP. For the longest time after losing Henny, we saw Art with his stint on this gun. The second AWPer of the squad. Well, now him and Yuri, they've got to deliver in the post plant. Art with a miss flick. And now they're getting close. Their second time's the charm for Art. And Yuri wins his fight. Brings the fury. It's Yuri and Art painting pretty pictures. Beautiful little round out of them.
And Na'Vi crushed crayons in their fingers. Or is that blood? Yet to know. 9 rounds on a T side of Ancient. I don't think I've seen something quite like it in a long time. On a stage, facing elimination, up against the best team left in the tournament. This is incredibly well done for Furia, but they can't stop. They can't let off the gas, and so they shall not. Already in donut, Bit doesn't know, and Queserato with an entry. Furia just gonna roll out this red carpet. The A site is theirs for the taking. Smokes over the spawn, drop here to cut, rotate, safe. Making a move of his own, and once he's in position to play, Furia will just overwhelm A. Na'Vi don't even care. They're still gambling, they're hoping, they're praying. Fingers crossed that Furia overread the situation and come back. Oh! See ya. And maybe they will. Back on this B side, the re-aggression's caught. There's double trouble. Yuri deals with it, and the Deeg, while it connects for Sumdayoung, that should be all said and done.
Yeah, he's flanked through. Oh, what a turn! Hang on a moment. Sumdayoung, surely not. You're not believing yet. Yeah. And then safe to snuff it out.
Fancy flicks. But Furia's footwork dances their way closer and closer to the finish line. 10 T Ancient rounds. And Na'Vi are not known for their T side on this map. Electron is going to have to dig deep on the other side. We're not even there yet. Will there be more? Will it be a steeper mountain to climb? 3 in mid. Na'Vi have to make concessions elsewhere. Whoa. Safe blinded off the angle, gives up the entire area. And so Na'Vi can peek off a deep B lane. But Furia again tucked in. This is going to be a very patient default round out of Furia now, the likes of which we've yet to see. Simple finds drop under the smoke, and now they have to dig deep.
There you go, a man down early. It's a rough place to find yourself, and now you learn about Simple's AWP as well. The worst thing about seeing it there over in mid, you know it's not hanging around. Now it's a bit of a guessing game. Out into the A site, and they've chose right. Only one man here, and he's mopped up right away. Bit dead. Oh. Simple on the rotate, gonna get the better and safe. Queserato and Yuri, the 2 top performers for Furia throughout this event. They're the ones left in the hot seat. Trying to tap in the spawn. Queserato on a very small angle. Simple sees an arm, takes a leg. Queserato, the last of the dismembered Furia, and there's Na'Vi swinging for the fences, rotating for that A play, and trying to recover this CT side. The best they're looking for is 5. It goes without saying, this is already a great first half for Furia. And to build upon that even more, this is the most dominant half scoreline we've had against Na'Vi at the major.
Yeah, they have yet to drop a map in the BO3s, right? Obviously went down 1-2 back in Legends, recovered. Those BO3s were flawless. Right now, Na'Vi getting tested. But that's the most aggressive round yet. They finally flex their muscles, remember who they are, take some space, and Sumdayoung does again towards the cave, ahead of the molly, trapped by the flames, and Art's very low. Otherwise, he would have pounced. Unwavering for now. Here's the spams. Might go off of a reload.
Yeah, reloading's scary here.
He'll allow it.
They don't press the issue. Art's too low, I think, to really want to justify swinging this. It could be a double setup, so he's going to play it safe. Amidst all the madness, Na'Vi, they've started to hedge their bets a little. Taking an early rotate out of Simple, sending him over into mid, where he's going to back up Electronic. This will leave this B site just a little more strapped for resources here. Safe and Art trade the AWP, and that one nade is enough to tempt Simple back over.
It's a perfect rotate, right? Na'Vi in so many of these rounds have just given up B, and it's let them down massively. They will not allow it this time. They will fight for the site. Leg shot denied. Perfecto finds Art. They may be low, but Na'Vi are still fighting in this round, and the bomb may have to go. 30 seconds, no bailing now, and Simple shuts down that bomb. This might be it. 5 at the end of the half, unless something of disaster strikes.
Yeah, safe flash through. Full blind is some Young, but he will deliver. Yuri clutching at straws in the 1v4. He's going to get shot in the back as soon as he plays his hand. And so Na'Vi, they find 5, but it's far from ideal. Furia are still blazing the trail ahead, trying to take us all 3 maps.
So you don't see many teams run this over and over again, but it works for Na'Vi. They seem to get on the bomb side and hit their shots. That's really what it's all about.
Twitch aggressing. They have to double peek. He's getting his shot. He's hitting it. Simple. No!
This is a shooting gallery for Simple. It's practically deathmatch. Just the greatest. Simple with 5. Get out of my server.
After pushing Na'Vi the full 30 rounds on Nuke, only to have it taken away right at the last hurdle. Here on Ancient, Furia are delivering a 10-5 T-half. An incredible uppercut from the Furia squad, and it's left Na'Vi a little starstruck, a little startled, slow out of the gate, and only barely recovering towards the end. Either Na'Vi have this ludicrous comeback now on their T side, or this quarterfinal goes all 3.
Yeah, shattered into tatters. in a defensive side of Ancient, not what you are used to seeing. And to think that Furia, in quarterfinals of majors against CIS squads, where they've fallen twice before the last 2 majors, right now on home soil, it might all be coming up Brazil.
Regardless of your colors, regardless of what team you're supporting, you kind of want this to drag on, because this is Counter-Strike. This is the beautiful game that we all love.
What a response.
Simple to open up, and Bests are the guy who's been causing him nothing but problems in this game. It's quite a statement to make to open up the T-side pistol.
Look at his fake out as well. While Arts had his number, Na'Vi might be drawing Furia into a fake out bit with a re-smoke on the site. That's 2 smokes on a fake, and Furia have not been flustered. They have not fallen for it. Still 2 CTs, steadfast at B, moving no muscles. And a Molotov might give it all away. Na'Vi now entering the bomb site, entering the stack, entering the fray.
Yuri waiting, dual Berettas, great place for them. The dually is only good for one, but it drops, sending the bomb tumbling. It's 3v2, Na'Vi still a man up. Simple crossing out in the open, P250 looking for a kill, but now running out of ammo. Safe's tapped out, Perfecto, Simple, 1 quick shot, and K-Serato 1 HP. He needs this kill, and he needs it quick. He can't sustain a long fight here. K-Serato's got to live up to his team's namesake. It's got to be quick, stealthy. All of that like a Panther as he's around alongside. Bit just won't give him the fight. K-Serato stalks his prey on the bomb. It's a stick. Bit runs down and gets him off the bomb.
That's tense. That's scary. You might not always want to call it, but Bit finishes what he started with that kill. 1 health and no stick on this site. Na'Vi now poised for a recovery on a T side. A half they've never shown us before has to happen here and now. Furia Force, why would you not try and flip the script early? It's happened so far in that previous map, both pistols. And will the Force Up find those results? Lots of util. Furia don't rush to use it. Na'Vi lay their claim to middle. Smokes to reinforce this decision. Furia lose vision. And Na'Vi wait.
It's swung off. Ooh. It's going to throw the timings for a bit of a loop on this A play, and K-Serato in the meantime has succeeded in cutting the head off the beast for Na'Vi.
Go back.
They might have to go back here.
If they go quick, they've got it, right? Like, look at Electronic. He's already clearing out B. It's smoked off right now, but it's fading. His chances open. The doors beckon him into the B site, but the 50-50 angle is not of his liking. A re-smoke at A. It's a failed re-smoke, I'll give it that, but will Na'Vi be tempted in, or will the Force Buy find its results? They are looking tamed right now, cautious, and maybe too much so. The clock could let them down.
Oh, Perfecto. Yeah, someone calm that across. Drop into the back of the site, tries his hand at the swing, gets the info that the bomb is still A-ward bound, but with Electronic out through Donut. This might be the recovery, safe down low, but gets out to keep the 2v2 dream alive. We're all bought into it. Damage done, they're both low. Yuri, 1-1, but Bit will trade. Denies the pistol victory for Furia. They won't give it back the other way.
Back to back for Bit in the clutch as well. This is similar to the turnaround for Perfecto back on Nuke. He was a bottom performer. It was here in the first half. He's now won 2 clutches to keep Na'Vi in this one, to deny the Force Buy that K-Serato so desperately tried to enact. Na'Vi now frothing at the mouth, and Furia baited in for the buy. Risk versus reward. Which will Furia find? A single rifle, Donut side, flashed in for a fight, simple core, and he can't finish the kill. That was your chance, your opportunity. But now Na'Vi again take mid back. Furia really want to fight for it. They might even aggress through the cave side as well. Yuri's got the gun for that. Simple's going to try and flash his way back out of this dangerous box position. And the smoke spams net nothing for Furia. Their best option at an opener conceded.
This round more than most encapsulates the kind of IGL that Art is, the kind of style that he likes to play. Not averse to taking risks. But with that comes the chance of consequences. Now Furia, they put it all in to try to win this round here and now. And it's a good opener out of K-Serato. That hero M4 prevails in the head-to-head.
Oh, they're set up really well for this as well. It's going to be an A split. You've got two players on the bomb site and this rifle included. This could come crumbling down for Na'Vi right now, but they both swing and Na'Vi win the engagements.
Sai now conceded. You wouldn't be amiss to save here. Not at all what Furia were hoping for. And there's always that voice in the back of the head telling them to give it a look in, but Drop's already written it off. Save's hoping he can grab the gun. But even that is pretty spooky. It's deep within enemy lines. Na'Vi, they do so well to deal with that A-side setup. The kind of positions were perfect for Furia to put a stop to that one.
And I don't want to jump the gun. We're only 3 rounds into the half. It's been 4 spies for Furia put down by Na'Vi. But if they were to pull this back, Harry, if they were to close this game, especially with how they did it in the previous map with that eco win, and then a 10-5 comeback on the T side of Ancient, what a way that would be to eliminate Furia from a third quarterfinal. Not just that, but it would put the naysayers to bed. The CT-sided tournament that we've all witnessed here in Rio, the comebacks of 12-3 on defensive halves, the banging on about the A1S and the 5-7, while justified, don't get me wrong, Na'Vi could put that all to rest with what would be an incredible T-side. And you can't count them out of that opportunity. Yet to drop around and yet to falter against the Force. Any other game in the tournament, I would count them out of a T-side comeback of this magnitude. But Na'Vi are sticking to their guns. Sat outside mid with another late take. Safe, the only man here to stop it. Na'Vi do their due diligence. Molly close, clear it with flashes, red smoke, and a blanket of information thrown over Furia. They can't see a thing.
Options open. Something you've really got to love about Electronics Calling is it feels like there's always another choice. There's always a backup plan, and in this round where you might have been poised to take mid and A early, you're able to swap it up on the fly. Gonna rejoin Electronic over here towards B. Furia 3 strong on this side of the map, and with this smoke still in play for Drop, ready to go in at the 30-second mark, that could make life dire for Na'Vi. They kind of have to go through this. The alarm bells are going off now. They're starting to realize they might have bit off more than they can chew.
It's all this cave kill. They're not even going to go for it. Na'Vi decide to bail back. They don't have this backup plan. They don't have a player or a piece in place. They've just got to run it right in dry. Again, Safe, they break through the deagle. Red kill, and Art alone trapped in. Needs to deny this bomb plant, but they're going to go in for the check. Back turn, and the bomb denied, but still allowed the second time. Simple can't cover. Big will respond, and the attempt is miraculous, but it's not enough.
That would have been some real sleight of hand to rob that round away. Instead, Na'Vi deal with the threat right when they needed to.
Can you feel these 4 spies digging Furia's grave? We are yet to see a full rifle round. This is it.
Yeah, it's got to happen now. It's got to happen now. You're allowed to have the excuse of, getting it close in the first 4 spies, so you reinvest again. Then when you lose that one, you're just on the scuffed end of the money. Right, you took the risk, you made your choice, it comes up short, but now you have to deliver. This is where any championship team would. And so Furia have got to show they've got what it takes. If you give Na'Vi the equalizer here and now, they start having their way with you, and you've got no leg to stand on at that point.
And Blade's only now pulling out the notes as well. The permission slips, the admission slips to the semi-finals. An open book, an open tournament for Na'Vi if they can take down Furia here. Possibly the toughest task. Serato pushed in main, not cleared. Almost a double kill, but almost will not cut it. Na'Vi don't want to jump the gun. A 4-on-4 and re-smoked out. They cool off the util. Simple will not execute. Back to the late mid molly. And near infinite time for Na'Vi to make their mark on middle. It's an area that Furia haven't given up, and well, it was Na'Vi's way back into their CT side. Those late mid takes, those climbs up lane, that's what got that 5-round half right at the end, the bitter end. Or will it be Furia left with an awful taste in their mouth as Na'Vi yet again dodge the stack and execute the sight?
Util going in, going over. Molly gonna burn out some Die Young. Brazilian barbecue over in main.
Oh, that smoke.
Tap on Noir, but more where that came from. Safe drops the ball, and even more than that.
Okay.
Hero player needed to step up, and Safe showing that it can't be him.
Na'Vi are anything but safe now. The ball has begun rolling. Can they put a stop to it? Orb saved, plenty of players alive. And even though Na'Vi dodged the stack, Furia hold it back. 5 rounds from a third map in this quarterfinal. And this arena is erupting as we speak.
It's never over till it's over versus Na'Vi. Furia can't get ahead of themselves.
Maybe they did last map.
Take your finger off the pulse for a moment, you'll end up a dead man.
They learned the hard way.
Na'Vi slow it right down as they come back in with another rifle round. This time waiting to see if Simple can work that AWP early. Util over towards lane. Na'Vi have got the control they were looking for.
Everywhere. They fake out B, but then they retake A main with some Die Young. The final smoke on A used. Drop and safes are too far out for now. Electronic just dodges cave death. Furia almost realizing Art was just about to rotate, but now they're going to know.
Yeah, Art is starting to make his way over. He's got the read. Serato holding the line. There's one, but needs more. Serato! Insane! Right when they needed him to put up numbers, he stands and delivers. Sends Na'Vi packing, and it's back to the drawing board now. In all my years covering this game, Hugo, I never heard an arena erupt quite like that, and the game's not even over yet.
We're up top. We can feel the stage shaking. The stamping of this feet. The rumbling of thousands of Furia fans. And Na'Vi crumbling in front of your very eyes. A mini comeback at the start of the half. Put to rest with back-to-back rounds from the Brazilians. On Na'Vi running out of gas.
Man, in the Brazilian legends of old, Cold's era always talked about as one of the defining characters in that chapter of Counter-Strike. Well, Serato was kind of touted as the guy that could fill those boots, that could be, that next generation star of Brazilian Counter-Strike. And yet Furia always fell short when it really mattered. Well, here, he's stepping up in spades.
Oh, absolutely. The 5th-rated player of this event. The top clutcher of this event. right now giving Furia the goods that they so desperately desire and maybe even deserve. Na'Vi, broke boys, bad boys, Deagle's out on the site, and K-Serato mauls too. Odds behind the boxes, he's got support with no smokes down, a couple of Deags connect, the Glocks break through, but the bomb denied. You can't cash your checks here, your money's no good. It's happening, Harry, whether you like it or not.
Suspend your disbelief. There might be magic in the air after all. Out in the middle, Na'Vi, a long-ditch attempt at the mid-play and bit knocked out of the round to open. Alarm bell starting to go off as ground is gained over at B, and Simple, sick and tired of waiting around. He's sent back to the lobby. Safe deletes him. Molly going to slow down the cave play. Safe is solely responsible for this B bomb site. The weight of the world on his shoulders. Is that going to be too much to bear? Or will it craft a diamond?
One kill, that's all he needs. One kill, give it up, play that retake. They've got the util, they've got the numbers. Safe just needs the shot.
There it is. There's the third hat-trick in the round, but why stop there? He's moving in, hungry for more. Take it out. Perfecto throwing into the clutch, but his teammate's gone. 1v2, K-Serato and Art, the two experienced boys to beat, and Perfecto's found the first.
He doesn't know.
They don't know about him. They don't know, and there he is! Arriving just a little late, but fashionably late, to Na'Vi's funeral on Ancient.
Showing up in style, Harry, and no better time for it. Mirage is our final battleground. Furia will drag Na'Vi there, kicking and screaming. Unless we have a late resurgence in this T side, but it already felt insurmountable at the half. Na'Vi gave us a moment of belief, but it's being stripped apart. K-Serato and Yuri, these guys talked with Banks earlier. These guys said they were calm, they were confident, their hearts weren't racing, they weren't feeling the pressure, nothing to lose. Not favorites in the first place. But crowd favorites, that much is undoubtable. And when there's a will, there's a way. God, look at the nades!
God, the util roasted Na'Vi. This round's basically over before it even begins. Electronic and Perfecto, the walking wounded, bit, and some die young are feeling the pressure to try and step up in this one, but the aggression from Drop has snatched a crucial man from the pile. Nade's good, bit just gets away from it in time, but Ramp's still owned by Furia. You've got to go back. You've got to retake this control.
What a ballsy play, picking up nades at this late in the game, and Drop's now got to re-smoke for the ramp. Na'Vi, the doors shut in their face, bolted gate, and they've got to break their way through an insurmountable round that they should just save in, but no one wants to give up without a fight. Least of all Na'Vi.
Earlier on, we were saying it felt like there was always a backup plan for Na'Vi. Electronic always planned for the worst case, had solutions to the problems that Furia would bring to the table. Well, this might be one that's even too much for Electronic, who's looked phenomenal since swapping onto the IGL role to cook up a solution too, because Safe, it's out of the frying pan into the fire. This AWP was not the only defense in a B. Drop spin here the whole damn time. Map point for Furia. 1 round, 5 kills away from that third map of Mirage. And the run through this playoff still very much up for grabs. This was the start of the round. This was the way it all opened, and maybe the way it all comes undone.
And what a great way to see Simple shut out of this series, right? It was Art in that first map. He was dominating him 8-3 in that head-to-head from the captain of Furia. And now burning out Simple to start the second from last round. That's what it could be here. Furia want to make their mark. And Na'Vi are left quaking in their boots. 5 straight rounds and 1 more. That's all it's going to take. How do you recover from this?
Unreal scenes, and the arena lit up, illuminated. 1 round away for Furia. Na'Vi clutching at straws to try and stay alive on Ancient. Fast play into the A site. It's a good opener for Bit. There's no response out of Furia. They're a man down in a bad way. Serato tries to be that man, tries to be that hero, but it's only a bit of damage. Still, the nade's going to flush out Electronic. This was a 3v5 when it began, and now this A play's far from certain. The bomb was dropped back in main earlier on, so Na'Vi have got to go back, and Serato won't let them do that.
Ducking and weaving their way out. Na'Vi still need to reroute for that bomb. This rotation can get cut off.
Dude,
Simple's in a corner. Yuri has no idea, but he's not in a hurry. Bomb yet to be retrieved. Na'Vi slow it down, and the pace change might pay off. Simple shuts him out. Serato, we call in the clutch shot. The best of the event, the best in the server right now. And a 1v2 to end Na'Vi's run on Ancient, to take us to 3.
Bit so uncertain. Simple said, mate, I'm going through Donut. We got to play this one together. That's the only way we can beat him. It's a numbers game now. That's how you try take an edge versus Serato, who just sits back, unfazed by the pressure, waiting in spawn. Molly gonna give it away. He knows that it's the A play now. For years we've talked about his clutches. Well, now he's gonna go for the throw out through CT. 2 back in the donut side, trying to play around the bomb. It's info for Serato, but the second man is a nasty surprise. Smoke on the bomb makes things a little more interesting. Spam damage connects, tap on it. Bit's moving in, they're spamming. Oh, he knows that someone's out in the open, but Bit discovers him. A missed jump sails him down the river. And Na'Vi keep it in good standing. Well played between Bit and Simple to not get away from that one.
Yeah, Simple could have really jumped the gun on that flank as well. And CT, he held there so long until the kills came to him. And the reroute to go back through Donut, in through T-Spawn to get that bomb. Very dangerous. But it's a decision that saves Na'Vi for at least 1 more round. That is the first rifle round win for Na'Vi. The first. And Furia want to make it the last. Every other round has come off of 4 spies at the start of the half. Now Na'Vi have to work harder than ever to find 5 straight into overtime. This would be a throw of monumental for Furia. You feel like there's no way they can let go now.
Oh, KScERATO's sick and tired of waiting around and playing on their terms. Furia are taking space in this round, but Electronics ready for it. Fed the double opener for Furia. Sometimes it's the aggression, that signature move they go to, that can end up giving these games away. This cannot afford to be another example of that, and this is them trying to show just how much they've grown. A 3v3.
Not another 3v5 comeback. Furia fight for it, tooth and nail, claw and jaw. As Furia find a way to win this round, that could break Na'Vi's morale going into a third map. Young looking for a gun, man. He's playing with a goddamn Glock. There's one on ramp, but he won't go for it. Perfecto's going to set him up. This is desperate, but they finally found another rifle. It's all worthwhile. Lean over from Art. He's made the move. He's made the read, and it's the right one. Na'Vi's death warrant signed in this 3-on-3.
Smoke down, but Art's called a good defense here. Him and his AWP back to back, trying to hold on. It's a whiff spray, but he's still alive. And there's safe. The lightning strikes twice out from long. Oh, goes back in. Does give that kill over. Perfecto is wounded. One shot away from death. They've caged the animal inside of the B site. And with KScERATO wrapping up through cave, Perfecto's on a timer. Every second counts, and there just isn't time. Surely, no blood. That's done it. Furia, a third map.
They say curiosity killed the cat. Well, right now, ferocity might take down the goats.
Number 5 or 6, whatever number we're on.
Yeah, it's the first win for Na'Vi.
Yeah, this was the first. Was this your first tournament with Na'Vi as well? New
Yeah,
York, right?
my first tournament, yeah. Oh no, my second tournament. But yeah, this one is normal. I mean,
nothing crazy, just a cool clutch.
It was nice. I mean, I didn't expect that I got AK at the end.
Yeah.
My teammates told me. And I think it helped me to spray on Neo.
Last guy.
Last guy. That's
You want to put that in the top 10?
That's last place.
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh no, this one, the first one highlight I think ever on big stage.
Holy shit,
It
this is
was
all the
CSWC 2014. We played against NIP, like everyone scared of this NIP, you know?
Yeah.
When I played FPL or when I see these nicknames, I was like very ready to show what I'm capable against these players. But there they played like a bot, to be honest. Look what they do.
Yeah.
They think that I'm noob back at the time. And that's why
They didn't have respect for you yet.
Yeah, I mean,
it's funny looking back at these really old
Yeah.
highlights because you see all the players making mistakes that like nowadays will never happen.
yes.
You will never get these looks again. That's cool. Where would you put this one?
number 8.
Here we are against G2.
What's this? Oh, there is much better highlight from Cologne where I did the record. I even had chance at the end to knife Hunter. He was going like catwalk like this, and I was here, and I could turn around when he turned around like this and knife. And I have a good t-shirt, Navi made it, with record kills.
Oh, really?
And there was like AK, Deagle, oh, but there
One
would be,
knife kill?
Yeah, knife kill would be awesome.
Did you put Hunter's name next to it just for the eternal, eternal shame factor?
I mean, this is not even top 15. This is
okay. Yeah.
This is bad, yes. I mean,
not even top 15.
This one is yeah, it's just normal.
Not even in there.
Yeah.
That's much more like it from the home crowd. Furia storming in here, taking Ancient like they own the damn place. And if you ask anybody around here, they pretty much do. If you're inside of this arena, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Perhaps you just watch it from home, but I can assure you that right now, things are looking good for a third map. For Furia, they bounce back in the second map, and that's Ancient in the books. It's done, it's over with, and we've broken a nice little viewership number there, didn't we, Bled?
Yeah, 1.4 million, if I'm not mistaken, right? They're watching Furia pull off a masterclass on the T side, right? Starting things off, I'm like, all right, might be able to get 3-4. We were talking about Navi CT side. There was no CT side to be found. That was an incredible T side being put together by Art.
Yeah, and I think it's very important that Furia actually came with that style, you know? Like, after losing first map in that situation, 16-14, a very tight game, and the way they lost, my biggest concern coming into this one would be their mentality, you know, if they would come and play aggressive and play fast-paced, if they would play with confidence, and wow, like they started really well on that map, you know, they even rushed a couple times towards B, like you could tell that their mental fortitude, you know, they were all about like, let's take the duels, let's not play scared, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, and that has to happen at a certain point, right? You can't just let the other team dictate where the fights are. Round 4, we've got evidence.
Yeah, we can take a look at this round right now. They got off to a great start, and this round is actually when it's Navi's buy round. They actually, it's a little messy initially. We have a couple of duels taking place here. What I like from Furia, though, is in a very uncomfortable position. I do believe it's a 2v3 situation they find themselves in. It is going to be the walk-in all the way through CT spawn. They're going to get the bomb down on this A bomb site here. Now, I do believe this play is going to fall right here, leaving Yuri alone in a 1 versus 3, and he just plays it to perfection. And this round was very crucial for Furia because it enables him to get that 5th round, and then on, they were looking strong. They were looking like there was no stopping them, right? And the B bomb side, you pointed it out as well, Lewis. I said earlier before this particular map that the B bomb side, it's where Furia like to go. That's where Samdai Young and of course Perfecto were going to be tested. And boy, oh boy, did they get tested, Trace.
Yeah, there was. I mean, it's just all over the place at certain points. Obviously, the crowd is still adding to that factor. You have to look at that and you have to take it for what it is, Luis.
Yes, absolutely. Like expected, right? Like the crowd has been insane. Like it's been a struggle for the players, I'm sure, to be able to hear each other, communicate with each other. And you know, Furia has to take advantage of that somehow. You know, they have all the crowd supporting them. They have all these energies, amazing arena. Like, I mean, they have what it takes, right? Like they shown us on this map, they have what it takes to beat Navi. They just have to make sure they play with confidence.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. We might have found some evidence of that as well. We do have Yanko standing by on the telly. Start drawing, Yanko.
Thank you, Trace. There's an example of, you know, Furia playing with confidence, but also Navi and some of their miscommunication. So let's go into round 10, reset round. Obviously very important for both teams because of the economy. 4v4 situation. We see Electronic check cave. Art is creeping up to come towards there, right? And now they're going to say, I want for you guys to look at this guy, look at Bit, and look where he's looking. He's worried about that mid flank in this sort of a situation, but you really have to communicate if you're Perfecto and Electronic, right, that you're giving up cave. so that he can come and pick that position up for you. What happened here, they wanted to creep up towards Banana. Art with a Mac 10 obviously just jumps out of cave, because what else would Art do? Gets 2 kills there, swaps out for an M4, gets a 2 more in the post-plan situation, ends up with a 4K. So really for Na'Vi, some miscommunication there. They just started coming back after being down 5-0, end up in the hole losing 10-5, and in such a CT-sided map, it was very difficult for them to come back into the second half. Trace, back to you, just over there.
Hey, man. Over there. Thanks, Peace up. Hey, no, but for real, Ancient in the books, we now get to look at Mirage, the final map of this quarterfinal. You know, we're looking to send one of these teams into the semifinals, all starting out tomorrow. Mirage, is this a fair fight, Luis?
Well, I think it's a fair fight. I think both teams have shown us like a lot of potential on Mirage. I think specifically for Furia, you know, like I think there is one thing that they should take from this map. They're playing with confidence. They're playing really strong, going for plays, playing the after plans really aggressively. But if I'm Furia right now, I would be worried about the fact that Na'Vi is a really strong team, very experienced. I think Na'Vi will understand the way Furia is playing. They will expect those type of like fast-paced plays and, you know, the rushes and everything. So I think for Furia right now, they have to mix things up and they have to be really strong mentally to be able to adapt mid-game. Because if they go all the way aggressive, rushing and everything, I think it could go really bad for them.
I think that's a great point you made right there, is the fact that Furia is sort of team that they like really, you know, just going for the calls from the spawn itself. They don't really play for too many defaults. Very fast aggression, especially towards mid. And guess what Na'Vi likes doing at mid? They like fighting mid. It's going to be a blood-battered mid trace. It's going to be amazing.
Of course it will be. Mirage, what a port of call there for the third one. Everyone's like, oh, Inferno. No. Mirage, I'm telling you, that could be the ticket. Actually, the ticket does take us on down to Heku. Where are you at, Heku?
I am at the arena, and I mean, I saw the Twitch chat, I saw Reddit. You were complaining. You were complaining that the arena is empty. Is it though? It's obviously not. We have so many fans. We are losing our voices. We are losing our hearing. We are just losing our mind, because this is not going to be an easy 2-0. We are actually going to 3 maps, and who knows what's actually going to happen on Mirage. We luckily have experts, and they will definitely tell us. So, Desk, what's going to happen on Mirage?
Heku looks like she's having a good old time down there, which does make sense. Everybody here seems to be having a great time, even all the way out to the Fan Fest. But ultimately, Mirage, that's the real test play.
That's absolutely going to be the real test. Look, this is a map both these two teams like to play. I kind of thought if Furia picked Mirage initially, it's going to be a little risky, but now it's even Stevens, baby. And this is where we get to see what Furia have in store against the best player in the world.
Yeah, I think that especially like when you play Mirage against Simple, it's just very important that you try to set the pace of the game. Simple is a player that, in my opinion, like he feels the game. And if you play scared against him, allow him to go for peaks, allow him to feel comfortable in the game, that's where he pops off, and that's where he makes a huge difference for Na'Vi. So for Furia, on the CT side specifically, they have to make sure Simple doesn't go for as many peaks. On the T side, the same thing. Like, you cannot let Simple float around the map, go for his aggressive peaks, and shut down everyone, you know? So I think that's the most important thing for Furia.
Yeah, and I don't even think for Simple's sake that he could come all the way down here to Rio and turn this place into a library. That's just never going to happen. It was not built for that. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We do have one more map to decide the winner of this quarterfinal. It does happen to be on Mirage, and we do go to a quick break. Na'Vi talking it all over, making sure they don't lose in 3. Or is it Furia? Let us know. Hashtag IEM. We'll be right back.
care how people perceive me. If I had listened to what everyone said, I wouldn't be playing CS to begin with. I mean, there have been times where early in my career, when we would lose on LAN, I would feel so embarrassed.
Mathematics been a difficult road for the side, but
I would think to myself, like, I never want to lose again. The community or the casters, they like assign a role to you or a play style to you, and there's this narrative that kind of controls your career. And I felt like I was kind of stuck in a narrative that wasn't really me, you know? Like, the people who have played with me and been in a match server with me on LAN are probably the only people that really know me. I just like having a way to express myself. CS has always been the only way that I've ever really felt like I was being myself. When there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, I feel like that's when you really show who you are. Don't listen to what other people say, and just find your way to do whatever you want to do.
No, cash. Yeah, this one huge. This one definitely top 3. In top 3, yeah.
Now, is this top 3 because of the moment and because of the legend around it nowadays?
Yeah.
Or because of the actual play itself?
I mean, there's a bit of luck, of course.
A bit, huh?
Yeah, but like it was crazy in TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that nobody understands what happened because they didn't show it on stream.
Yeah.
I understand
They
it
didn't catch the
after this
Prius.
round, during the next round, I heard that, like, people, they were shocked because...
Oh, you heard the delayed reaction when the replay came up.
Yeah. And that was great. That was a great moment. Yeah, that was...
Well done. You said top 3?
Yeah, on 3rd place.
Yeah.
Just want to see some others. Yeah, this one is very good because, I mean, of course, next I keep it. And at the end, when I was killing next, I heard the guy rushing me behind. And here I was like, I didn't know that he's ramp. I was trying to plant for timing. There's, I can see him after jump.
Oh, you saw him there, and he shoots.
Yeah, understand. He can be closing door. If he's close, he open, I close. And here I'm just picking on time. So yeah, put this, I don't know, I mean, so let's just leave it.
Let's leave it out for now.
Yeah.
Walking's help is able to get the better of it. Not only that, he's transferred 2 more good headshots. Where's the kills from Navi? There aren't any. It's simple in a 1 versus 5. He's down to 2. He's got a 3rd. All headshots. He better show up.
How do you play these? Because these are. How's the feel of, like? Because there's always a conversation. Do you bail out to the other bomb site? Do you stick around?
It's always it's mind game. Here I could fake drop, but I decided just go slowly. So from this point he won't hear me. I know that he has good timing. He's probably gonna stay here and on timing pick the wood, you see?
Yeah.
And now he's picking the wood. And yeah, I catch this timing, yes.
So where do you put this one? You stop the comeback, you win a 1v5, you're giggling, you can't believe you just done it.
Man, I mean, there should be top 50. Okay, top 7, let's go.
You're probably the only person who could fill up a top 50, so that wouldn't be fair to everyone else.
We've ended up with a dream, really. It doesn't quite feel real, does it? But here in Rio, Furia have longed it out all the way to a 3rd map. Gone are the jitters from Antwerp. And a new Furia set to rise in front of the home crowd. Na'Vi blowing out the water on Ancient. 16-10, most dominant victory in the series so far, and it went the way of the Brazilians. Now, we get ready to head to Mirage.
Unbelievable to even think that this could have been a 2-0 if not for that eco win for Na'Vi right at the end of Nuke. But now they've got to fight onwards, fight forwards into a third map. Pinch me indeed, Harry. Mirage, the notebooks are out. But at this point, I think somewhat prep out the window. We're going to see some unbelievable rounds in map 3. And I think it's worth noting, Simple, we all know this guy's name. 1.31 rating in this event coming into this quarterfinal. He is now the bottom performing player in the series at a 0.8 rating. Having trouble, but has Furia's first map win awakened the monster, awakened the beast, or has it put this bad boy to bed? These are the questions, and we're not far from the answers, are we, Harry?
Yeah, Simple was always this kind of immune god. You never felt like the pressure would get to him, but it has in this quarterfinal. And I think when you look at the kind of stars we were looking towards, really, I was looking at KScerato and Simple coming into this matchup, and it's been night and day between the two of them.
Yeah, nightmare for Simple. Pesadeo in the server right now.
Bit of a callback on that one.
Why not? Brazil rears their head and now sits even keel with Na'Vi. The best team left in the tournament, put to their last legs on the final map. Na'Vi have got to play like they never have before, and that's just to survive the quarterfinals.
Yeah, you know, you end up thinking that if Furia can get over this hurdle in the quarterfinals, then the sky is the limit.
It's what we said coming into this series. Whoever wins this game is set up to take the trophy in Rio, and what a way it could be done on home soil. Mirage to finish, Furia on Na'Vi.
Coming into this, I said it feels like a dream. Well, now we have to see if we will have that dream caught by the dream catchers of Na'Vi, or are we straight lucid on this one? Furia, eyes on the prize. Let's get into Mirage. Na'Vi with a T-side start, and Furia, CT to open. They want to fight mid right away. Smoke down and in the way, and now Na'Vi picking up the pace. Safe looking for faces, but can't find anything. In connector, it's Bit and Yuri going blow for blow. In the end, Na'Vi come out ahead. Oh. They find another. Oh dear, KScerato will hold the line. Just gets out after taking one of the dome, but now he's got to go above and beyond here. It's him and Art in the 2 versus 3.
It's a goddamn bloodbath in the A site. There's a kit down in spawn. The Furia are far away from that pickup. Art catches the cross as Simple gets his head cut off, and that Molotov is a problem for Bit. He's got to move back, pinched into a corner. Art hunts him down. Perfecto, a shot from his demise, a shot from death. Can he survive? Tucked him back behind the boxes, buying time. Seconds remaining. Oh. He hits ahead, and he might silence this whole stadium with a few seconds to spare. Art runs him down, but I think the clock decides it.
It's so close. Everyone waits. Everyone waits.
Chords cut, and it's not just our vocals. Rio roars. There is no better map to finish. Finish this series on a map where individuals can shine, where stars can show, where Simple will force by, whether it's right or wrong, into a Glock round. But he needs to stand tall like never before. First pick in mid, but he's dinked.
These are normally the moments where Simple is Mr. Dependable. Oh, something's looking to go his way. He's going to juggle the AK out of there. Thanks his lucky stars, he's still alive. Furia a man down. This has been how these rounds have gotten away from them. Absolutely. When that first kill is untraded, when they really try to stick to their guns, you don't have the resources, you don't have the manpower to get super aggressive anymore. And this is where Na'Vi have often rid the wave, rode it all the way to success. Let's see if they can. Furia, unwavering, not budging. Waiting 2-2, beckoning Na'Vi in.
And they will come. 30 seconds. A shot from Bit. Eviscerates safe on the top. And now Yuri needs a multi-kill. They throw themselves at him round the corner. And Yuri decimates their opposition. 4 kills, 3 health. Simple shutdown. And it's a Furia round.
This is Yuri's moment. What a sequence. Look at this.
It may only be pistols, Harry, 1 rifle in play, but these are the rounds that have flipped this series on its head. Non-converted pistols, forced buys, eco wins. These are the ones that matter when the going gets tough.
When you go the full 30, these are the rounds you look back on, right? So Furia at least hold on there. Na'Vi back in with guns again. Fast up short, but Keisarato's got the info. Gets the spot off, drops off now, and repositions inside of the B site. Rotates coming over. Bit, first man a frag, but suddenly Furia respond back. Drop, trying to hold on to the B site. Electronics up through the short side, but out on an island. He's cut down. Perfecto, 1v3, up and over, into the B site, into the belly of the beast. The Furia are hungry.
Digested. Consumed by the stomach acid. Furia melt Na'Vi in a 3rd round, and you'd be crazy to say you weren't believing. Energy harnessed, momentum building. Are Na'Vi really gonna crumble in a game of this magnitude? In a momentous matchup? It's early. It's early in the map. But Furia are here to play all day. Dangerous angle for drop, but he can do exactly as his name suggests. Fall off after 1. There's the 1. There's the drop, and Nate to follow. If Na'Vi run his way, there's already 3 in the sight.
They might have to call this off. This is a pretty dire way for it to start, and that smoke in your face is only going to slow it down. Perfecto looking for a little gap, but he's been spotted, he's been dealt with. It's a complete and utter failure at the fast B. Every fight that you needed to win goes against you, so you've got to look elsewhere. And Simple, well, he has come up with the goods with that frag over in mid. It's still a ways to go before Na'Vi have much riding on this round. Swinging a mid, Keisarato keeps them in check, denies the mid play, and then some! Hero round of the hero round for Furia!
It's multi-kill madness, Harry. Yuri's done it. Keisarato's given us the goods. Art picked it up at the pistol. And if this many players are popping off with multi-kills, Na'Vi are in for a world of hurt. It's Furia's world. Another buy for Na'Vi, an attempt at least coming down early, but now it matters more than ever to stop this momentum from building. Double AWP for Furia. Throwing it out of the window.
Can't even imagine what this is starting to feel like, you know, Furia riding this high. For someone like Art, this must feel incredible that they're longing it out, that they're looking so good coming into the 3rd for the longest time. He was, you know, one of these doubted players, the kind of mad scientist behind Furia who shaped the identity of this team, but was also the one blamed for why they would fall off in playoffs. Well, that Furia style Well, it's a little more refined, a little classier this time around. They've grown, they've adapted, they've gotten better. Now Na'Vi just looking for one round on the board, and Perfecto at least has started them the right way.
Minute on the clock, Bomb regrouping up top mid, and Drop even rushes that flank. Perfecto's throwing himself over the stairs to find a second. Na'Vi have broken their way through, but Perfecto on a tear. It's a tear for Furia. Blinded eyes for Art sends him back into the B-bomb site, but executed from behind by Bit. Leaves Keserato in the wrong place. Na'Vi finally break their way in to this map.
They want to try and hunt down Keserato. They want to try and knock this orb out of the picture. He wants to do everything he can to keep his hands on it, but they're already here. The enemies are at the gate on this one. Keserato won't survive the crossing. And so Na'Vi, they don't just get there first, but they make it an expensive one for the opposition. That's a double orb knocked out of it for Furia.
Map 1 was us just giving credit to Electronic. Some incredible calls on T-side and Nuke, netted them a winning half, netted them so many amazing rounds. Well, now he has got to dig deep. The new captain for Na'Vi as of this year has to show us what he's here for. It's a loose map. It's one where your stars can be given freedom, where Simple can take his spawns. 5 pop-off rounds off the orb. But Electronic still needs to put the pieces of the puzzle in place, and not a piece missing. Flash in the face, Simple blind, missed shot, they chase him. But a smoke down will allow his escape for now.
All right, Na'Vi looking to go. But in case you can't tell, everyone still believes Furia's got this in the bag. 3 strong over at this A side of the map. That bomb toying with the idea of going back. Will decide to stick to their guns, looking like this A split going to come through the pipeline for Na'Vi.
This could get awkward if Young doesn't perform here, because Simple close range AWPing against pistols can get very hairy. Yeah. They're relying on a flank and they're running out of time.
Yeah, this double mid setup's got to be lovely from Bit and Electronic, right? On top of that, you're dead on. Young's got to win this opener, or else Simple is alone with the bomb at ramp. Young lives up to his side of the bargain. Bit up through the connector. Yuri under Palace, held down by Keserato, but he can't survive much longer. Drop has to just write this one off. He's not a madman. He's going to let them get away with it.
It's that reposition for Safe. That is everything. That was a dry ramp hit. If Safe stays on ramp and gets that opening kill, that round can come crumbling down. The reposition back to default to fight Con with an orb. It leaves Furia in the mud. A very broken buy anyway from 5-7s to AWPs, and Na'Vi managed to succeed. Bit. Beautiful con luck with Electronic, shreds them. And Furia save almost nothing. Great to see Bit with a hot start on a fantastic aim map for the young aimer. 19 years himself. We talk about Drop. Bit must be in that conversation. Pinpoint precision on his rifle. And he started very cold on Ancient. Cannot afford to happen again. And Bit begins this map brilliantly for Na'Vi.
Yeah, back when he first joined the team, Bit looked like a real X-factor. Wasn't until you kind of saw a bit of a dip in the performance, you really figured out just how valuable he is when he's feeling it. And so if we have Bit getting switched online here, we could have that second wind out of Na'Vi. What?
Jesus.
Oh, it's just 2-taps Young out of the round. Still, Na'Vi poised to deal with this. Oh, how much can a USP really do here? He's mollied out. Burn under the Palace, and this A-bomb site falls into enemy hands. Na'Vi, they're good in this one.
That spot alone for Electronic signaling that the vent was closed, opened up the site. They knew they had room. They knew it was a B stack. Na'Vi gonna plant. They spray the spawn. Simple lights him up with damage. Perfecto here to close it out. Drop picks up the pieces of his save, but even that molly goes under the balcony, not where he wanted it. Perfecto, that nade will end a round, or end a life at least, as Drop dies. And this is Furia falling like flies in a 2-on-3. Just looking for damage. One more kill would be nice. It would make it a good eco. For now, though, Na'Vi giving away nothing, finding a third with ease. Any guns?
Ooh. Nothing at the end for K-Serato. But right now, we're all furious, Simp, son. Oh, that's a lovely little tap down the ramp.
You know, at the end of the day, no matter who wins, who loses.
Oh, it's delivered, hasn't it?
Yeah, we got a game. And I don't think Furia, even though they're still, in my eyes, not the favorite on a map like this, they are going to put up a fight. It is inevitable. But Na'Vi have that tenure. They have those maps logged. Wins over the best in the world. Close losses to Cloud9 at this event. And some real series that feature this map as a mainstay of their pool this year alone. Na'Vi are no strangers to the dusty roads of Mirage. But can tenure overwhelm this? That's yet to be answered.
Yeah, what hits harder? Passion or experience in this case? Furia have more than enough heart to win this, but Na'Vi are the ones with the history. Out in the mid we go, Na'Vi trying to take middle away. Furia, it's game, set, and match as they poise in middle, not to fight for the control, but to deal with the protocols once Na'Vi have got mid. You're holding down damn near every little alleyway that becomes accessible once mid's been gained. The one gap is over here towards shore at the B site. And if Na'Vi tee up towards this side of the map, then suddenly Drop is in very hot water. Lucky for him, Na'Vi go lower first. Info flash from K-Serato in window, won't find a thing. Gonna try his hand at it again. This time a smoke dropped for Yuri in the connector. Very easy does it on this mid take. Na'Vi, they've been lavish with the time they've dedicated to it, but it won't leave them with a lot when they actually set up to hit a bomb site. So things have got to go flawlessly here. No util for Furia other than this one Molotov on Art. It is in the right place. It's going to go into the connector now. Na'Vi boosting into the window. They've left this one really down to the wire. We've got 20 seconds as the play's coming in. One kill in the right place at the right time from the right man. Could do it. Yuri drops the bomb. And even though he's gone after that kill, Electronics doing all he can. There's no winning the round. There's no recovering this one.
Yuri brings that fury. This guy does not relent, and what a time to step up. Him and K-Serato have been the kings of this series for the Brazilian side. And the typical names that we expect on the top of the board for Na'Vi absent so far. Will they survive the tide of Rio? Yuri will not allow it. Not easily, at least. And you talk about riding that wave, Harry, that wave of energy the crowd is bringing. If Na'Vi panic for a moment, they will drown in it. They have to swim to the shore. And they can feel themselves drifting.
Still, right now, the Shores within vision. Salvation's right there. If they win this, they're going to break the money of Furia, and suddenly Na'Vi are right back in it. Pressure still there for Furia in a pretty big way, despite holding a lead. Paramount to recognize, in reality, they're one round away from having this go to an even odds game. Opener secured as Yuri spams the smoke. Na'Vi trying to get out ramp, but they don't like what they see.
Yeah, it's a crazy opening kill for Yuri to find through the smoke. Bit wasn't even spraying at him, and that's a top performer. That's a guy cracking open these rounds for Na'Vi. Dead early, 3 and now 1 in those opening duels. He dies first. Na'Vi have to pick up where he left off. Flashes into mid, will find information for Furia, but it's down to the ramp crunch. Already Yuri starts strong again. This guy has put up a performance in this map already, and he's even done further damage to Sumda-young. Simple's not given a chance. If they swing, he will hit it. No! Sumda-young bails him out. Time ticking, Simple clicking, 3-on-3 into the A site.
Art's already here, so is Serato, but you better hope that someone can deal with Simple, who comes over the top of the stairs. Quick flick to find Art. Knocks him out of the round. In the molly. This might be enough. 2v2, and it grinds to a bit of a hold plant. For Na'Vi, tenuous, and the nade. Oh, it's brutalized them. Sumda-young down. And Serato nade and dreams to make it happen. A home run for the hometown heroes.
Despite Simple's best efforts, he hit those shots. He hit everything he had to, but he stumbles backwards into a Molotov, and Na'Vi are so constricted, constrained to the default box. Furia unleash hellfire. The utility to do it for a 6th. They hold their nerve.
For Na'Vi, I can't imagine they've ever experienced anything like this. Everywhere they've ever played, it feels like there's been some corner of the stadium that was rooting for these guys, but not here. That much is for certain.
Perfecto said he wanted to be the villain. He wanted the crowd against him. Well, how do you like them apples now?
Na'Vi, they don't want to let this get too far gone.
This is a recommit on A. So it looks like. Is that bomb really going to go up? They have no real estate there. They throw in mid-util late in the round. Bids coming out from under. This is an expectation. Miss smoke. Big mistake for Na'Vi. At a paramount time. Gives all that info to middle. They will flash him off for now. Na'Vi are going for that recommit into A. Trying to hope that they've got the util out of Furia. It's not quite the case. There's still nades in play. Missed shot from the orb. Caught from the palace. Man down under. Got to dig their own grave. And Sumda-young and Electronic combined for entries apiece. 5-on-2. Furia flushed out. Down the bowl.
That is actually a very scary round from Na'Vi, right? They kind of try to compose themselves a little bit heading into it. They have this belief that if they just nail down this exec, then they're going to be able to do it in spite of the numbers there, in spite of the Furia setup. And they don't just do it, they do it cleanly. There's barely a lick of damage done here to Na'Vi. So that's like a real round to put you back in this game if you're Furia.
We want to talk worries for Furia. What we've already seen in a few of these rounds now, Safe's positioning has been absolutely out of the picture. Yeah. He has been pushed out with the AWP.
He's been great on the other map.
Right, so constantly changing position, caught out on the CT side. This is a CT side AWPer's dream. Safe should be performing, but he keeps getting caught out on CT.
Glad you've called attention to it, because now we have to keep an eye on it, right? We have to see if Safe can turn this around. He's had the AWP a handful of times now, and getting caught out here in this fashion, kind of similar to in rounds gone by, really. Now is not the time you want to emerge as the weak link, especially after not just matching up against Simple in this series, but far out exceeding him on the other 2 maps. Let's see if it's just a case of the jitters, if he's able to brush it off, because Simple certainly believes he's up to the task. Holding for this jump, that's not one you want to repeat. Drop gets the info at least, that's something for Furia.
Very hard shot. Even attempting it is optimistic. R gets flashed out under, but they don't peek with it. The flash comes far too early. for the fight. And Art just regains the angle. Why not? No fear in the round. He takes matters into his own hands, and if he flanks now, it frees up the entirety of the B-side defense to rotate out. They don't want to jump the gun. Art started to move forward. Smokes land over on A as Na'Vi again blanket this bomb site. Again, it's the double dip. But Furia won't fall for it once more. They've moved everyone in.
Yeah, they're calling the bluff in Na'Vi here. They've kept everyone over towards A. All in the right place, right time. Let's see if Furia can hold the line. They're starting to doubt themselves now. Keisarato's up and left, but the calls come in. You've got to come back. Oh, just looks away. It's a weird fight down in lower. Meanwhile, this A site thrown into chaos. Yuri responds with the opener, but his teammate's dead. Back of the site, drop with Infamus, and Keisarato swinging at CT. This one's all over the place. Talk about made in the madness. Now's the time. Simple. There's a quick shot. Keisarato waits with bated breath. They don't know, but Simple makes it look easy. Quite a fashion to find the round. It's so chaotic.
What a save from Simple. What a save. I mean, that was going all over the place. To think that was a 5v5 in the A site with the smokes down in the middle of nowhere, and Na'Vi don't know where to look. They're just getting thrown player through smoke after smoke, and Simple shuts them all out. The pressure really is on his shoulders, and while it's never been a problem before, it has been to start this series, not to finish it though. He's here for that finishing blow. Another opener from the aforementioned man after he closes the previous. And Furia, re-aggression on the ramp into a Mach 10. Not only the multi-kill potential, but even if they kill him, little to work with.
Oh dear, oh dear, into the meat grinder. Some Die Young making money.
Shredded.
And Na'Vi still showing that they're very much in this series.
Yeah, I'm glad we've had that. These last couple of rounds have been very reassuring. We wanted calls out of Electronic to bail Na'Vi out. They've had some really nice double pump XX into A. The Furia have fallen for not once, but twice now. If they believed in their gut last time, they could have won it off of the stack, and now that only creates the conditioning. If Na'Vi go back to early A smokes, do Furia want to believe it? Or will that be the time that Na'Vi fake it and hit us with a B play?
That's the mind game, isn't it? That's the game within the game.
Oh!
Up in the top mid, Art tries getting involved early. The IGL's clash, but will Art survive the crossing back? He does, getting into that smoke. He's secured his path to safety in the round. Going back in for more. It's ballsy. It's a very Art decision here.
Yeah.
Leaving himself in a vulnerable position, but winning the gunfight makes it all worth it. High risk, high reward, and in this case, it's the latter. Now, Simple. That was almost on. Out through the balcony, Some Die Young leads the charge into the A play. Smoke's going down. There's a wrap through Spawn.
Oh my!
Art's got to finish the job he started, and he will. That's the bomb getting away from Na'Vi.
He wasn't even holding the flank. He was trying to leave. He was checking the T-spawn with 4 health. It's left the bomb on an island. Art won't hurry to find it. He allows Na'Vi to pick it back up in full well knowing their smokes will fade by the time they attempt A again, and it allows the stack to stay stoic. Unwavering is Yuri, and recommitting into their inevitability is Na'Vi. 2 on 5, picked apart, Simple low. There is no way out of this. Na'Vi have to fight for it.
Oh, it's a full tag and finished off now. Some Die Young cut down.
What a play for Art, man. What an experienced play. Not just to flank that bomb and drop it, but to give it up. A middle finger to Na'Vi, take it. I've got the round already. And he drops bit again. This was the guy who started this T-side for Na'Vi, and Art is ending it.
It has to be said, he's not just been brilliant in terms of the calling. His individual numbers have looked real pretty in this quarterfinal. Art Leading by example, Serato. That's a good dink to open up this round. Sumda Young going into Art's layer. Lower tunnels belongs to this guy. And he won't even look to leave. Art is planting the Brazilian flag down in the lower tons.
And Na'Vi, can they grip it? Can they pull it out? Or will it slip through their fingers yet again? Art is still oppressive, down under. Digging to the core of the earth. Bit, a massive fight, gotta flick back. Is there a flash? It doesn't seem like it. Art's in no hurry. He lets them have cat. We might see a B play after all. Shot in the legs, hop, hop, skip, jump. Electronic finally takes him. It's Bit actually on top. Will stop the in-game leader. 4-on-4, up cat into B, desperate.
Mistiming shot for safe, and now Drop's got to be the one to deal with it. They're up close, they're right here. Oh, holds the line, but there is another man coming at him fast through. Shaw, Drop drops the bomb. And now the alarm bells are going off, but Drop's unrelenting. He just won't give up.
What do you make of that?
Unbelievable scenes, Hugo.
The nade pull. That is a psychopathic play. To pull a nade when you know they're coming in for the trade, and still he makes it look pretty. From AK to Orb, Drop, digs Na'Vi a shallow grave. He ain't got time to dig 6 feet. Fury are running to the semi-finals.
Head on a swivel. He's fighting both top, mid, and lower tunnels. Only a matter of time. And now Simple responds. They've woke a vengeful god, and Simple out for blood in middle. Scope with the orb.
I mean, they've been winning all half in middle. Na'Vi have had this real estate the entire time. It's only the last 2 rounds with Art's obtusiveness dropping down lower. The Fury have even started to make their claim here. It finally bites them back. And now Na'Vi, what's the plan of attack? 5-on-3. Group should be a surefire round to finish this half with style. At the end of the day, 17 rounds. It's great for Na'Vi. They'll take it. They need it. They can't drop the ball here.
Safe with a missed shot again, man. 2-11, having a bit of a rough go at it. This is his last go to see if he can recover right at the end of the half. Gonna need him to step up. 2 men down, missing the resources, missing the manpower. This would be the time for a hero to emerge. Gamble stack called, and Furia in the right side of the map.
Oh no.
Art knows they love these A plays. It's been the bread and butter of Na'Vi. Well, he's here lying in wait ahead of time now. Serato dead after 1. Drop can't hold on.
No way.
Safe left up in the clutch. Nails that first shot. Oh, but not any further. Bit puts a stop to it. And it's neck and neck in this 3rd and final map. Na'Vi and Furia rages on.
this event. You know, playing in this arena against Natus Vincere, like what we just witnessed, you know, like it's amazing to see the mental fortitude from the Furia roster. You know, as you said, Drop as the youngster in the team, a guy that has been doubted so much when he joined the team, to stay mentally composed in this amazing series, very tight game. It's just impressive.
Everything came together for Fury in this one, right? The stars were playing extremely well. Cerrado, Yuri doing their thing, of course. Drop on this map, close to 30 kills, really stepping up, playing with a lot of confidence, right? And they stuck to their game. They just kept playing it. They kept it simple. In the second half, it was, you know, keep hitting the bomb sites, right? Put pressure on Navi to adjust, to adapt. They were always playing behind, sort of retake. Sam Dayang with the defensive smokes and playing around them. It's like it felt like Furia was really prepared for that, and that's what they were hoping for. They got it, and they just outplayed Navi in those mid-round situations.
Like the very crucial rounds, the very crucial parts of the round, the minutia that keeps the game in one way or the other. And obviously, today it was in the favor of Furia play.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that A bomb site is where the action took place across both halves, right? Who were the defenders? It was Yuri, the other fang of Furia. He was standing tall on the defensive side of Furia. Whenever they wanted to go towards B, towards short, Drop was waiting for them. But when Furia were on the attacking side, they kept abusing Sam Dayang. And unfortunately for the side of Navi, the GOAT, it was nowhere to be found today.
Yeah, I think that also for Navi, it was a little bit frustrating, you know, because like they just kept going A, and when you're playing in a close series like this, at some point you have to think like, well, they're gonna switch the pace, they're gonna have to do something else. And Furia just kept going and going, and then eventually they actually did, you know, and also catch Navi off guard. So I think it was incredibly good called by Art on that T side, you know, the fact that they kept going and didn't change anything. And sometimes that's what it takes, you know, like it's working. Why the hell are we gonna change anything? Let's just keep going.
And the problem is also those are exactly the rounds where Simple can have a lot of impact. And just have a kill or two, right? That slows down the attack, buys time for the rotation or for the flank to come in, alleviate some of the pressure that comes on that A anchor, which is Sam Dayang, right? So he picked the worst timing to have an off game, especially for someone like him, who we know is a big moment player who shows up on the stage time and time again, right? And for Furia, I mean, what a moment.
Yeah, an amazing moment, one that we're going to captivate forever. I'm going to say goodbye to Peacemaker in this moment specifically. Thanks for joining us, Luis. We're going to bring a special guest up here from the side of Furia. It does look like it's going to be the man that has put several names to the tally now. And, of course, moving forward into the semifinals, we've got Art joining us on the desk. As soon as he gets this headset on, I'm sure he's going to be more than ecstatic because people are starting to overrun our desk as we do this segment live. And in doing so, Art.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Art, can you hear us? That's the real question.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Better yet, Art, congratulations. And could you hear your teammates throughout the entire duration of this match?
Was
it hard to hear your teammates?
It was. The Brazilian crowd is loud.
Yeah. It's a pretty wild scenes, all things considered. Art, you know, you go to the semifinals, you do it here on home turf. This is a big day for you.
It's the best day of my life. It's crazy. Playing this kind of thing like Navi at my home with this kind of crowd is something I just dream of.
I just want to ask you, right, coming to this game, obviously the pressure's on. Home crowd, everyone supporting you, and sometimes some teams crumble under the pressure. What did you tell your boys heading into this game?
Through the tournaments, we play Challenger and Legends. We learn to embrace the pressure and take it to our advantage. So we are using them to boost us, to give us the confidence, and never don't believe, always believe.
Yeah, my question is, like, you had that talk, and you know, the opening game for you guys at this whole tournament against Big, you gave up a big comeback, right? So here, I don't think there's anything you can do to prepare for this crowd. So did you at start feel a little bit nervous when the game started? It took you some time to adjust to this whole madness?
I think after the big game, we kind of dealt with it. I would say that the first game, we kind of felt the pressure and was shaking hands. But after the first game, we just managed to embrace it, and it was just fine after that.
Cool. I wanted to ask you specifically about the game, this Mirage game, right? We saw you guys hit the sides a lot of times, a couple of, you know, in a row A executes or so on, putting a lot of pressure. Was that something because you saw that Sam Dayang, for example, plays passive and you thought like you could put pressure on him?
It's hard to say. We know that they are a team that loves to play Mirage. What we thought that would be their pick, so we knew that they were prepared, and I kind of just tried to make everything on the way, like just play the rounds and think what's good, what's not, and just play around their heads, not do like end strats very heavily. So it was a mixture of both.
All right. Yeah, you know, and grabbing it right then and there, you know, the job is kind of just started, but obviously, you know, you're getting further and further and further. You're stacking up next against Heroic. In that matchup, you know, that's a semifinal, and surely this place is going to be packed out yet again. Tell me a little bit about some of your thought processes going into what is just tonight to prepare.
We know it's going to be a tough game. Heroic is doing an amazing run on this major, so we need to get prepared and be on point like we did today. We cannot stutter, not even a little bit, so we're going to take this momentum from Navi to play Heroic, and let's see how it goes.
Man, I imagine it's been a hell of a day in the office for you, so I think it's only fitting, man. Tell them people what they need to hear, Art.
Vamos, caralho, não desacredita nunca, mano. A gente vai ganhar isso aqui, confia, continua apoiando a gente até o final, que a gente vai dar a vida por isso, rapaziada. De verdade, brigadão pela torcida. Vocês são foda, vocês são tudo. Obrigado por tudo isso. Vocês estão mudando a minha vida de um jeito que eu nunca esperava ver antes, velho. Obrigado a todos aí. Um abraço pra minha família, um beijo pra toda a minha família, meus amigos que estão aqui me apoiando. E salve especial pra torcida. O carinho dela tá demais.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Art. No, I'm not kidding. They're about to tear this place down.
Yeah,
they're trying to get to you, man. They want to take a photo with you. Imagine that. Thank you very much, Art. Go join your team, buddy.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Damn. A lot of stuff going on right there. You got to think about that one. Thank you very much to Art and obviously Furia. Condolences, you know, consolations over there in store for Navi. This has been an up and down year, not only for them, for FaZe. There's a couple things to grab onto them, but ultimately for Navi, this is the end of the major for him, and I don't think anyone would have saw this coming, Blood.
Yeah, I don't think many people saw this coming. Rip, everyone's picking this, by the way. I'm just going to put it out there. Here's the thing. For Navi, this was the best opportunity to get that second major. You've lost all the 4 of the top 5 teams are not there, and now all 5